Hello there. To the one person that is apparently waiting. Unless it counts me for some reason, but I doubt it. Anyway. We're here. How long has it been? I don't know, actually. One day? That doesn't make sense. I think I skipped a day, right? 2 days? The 4th of June? But does that count because it was like 2 a.m. my time or something? I wonder if it counts when it starts or when it ends, because sometimes I start at like 11 and finish at 2 a.m., so who knows. Anyway, it's been a while is the takeaway. What is this? Black Lagoon. Don't worry. Ignore that. Alright, well. Let's see. Usually I watch short things at the beginning. A bunch of shorts. Again, just a bunch of women, because I clicked one once, and here we are. Okay, let's see. Anime isn't real. Why looks matter? They are boys at heart. None of this is grabbing me here. Blocking corporate accounts. I love to block accounts on Twitter, so what is this?
Really recommend blocking as many corporate accounts as you can, so you get promoted tweets like this.
Pid. Repos. Nitemos.
It's pretty funny. Okay. I do block a lot of people, so don't be offended if I've blocked you, okay? Don't take it personally. Oh my god, Doctor Who. Does that mean it comes out tonight? I actually don't remember when Doctor Who comes out. It's either Friday morning for me or Saturday morning. I really hope it's Friday morning. But that sounds too good to be true. Alright. And how exciting. Oh my god. Alright, Wikipedia. Doctor Who season... I don't know what they call it. Season 15? Series 15? Is this going to show me like Classic Who? Yeah, it is. No, wait. Stephen Moffat. I guess season 14? Yeah, here we go. Oh my god, crazy. We're getting... What was I looking at here? Yeah, we basically had Russell T Davies, Stephen Moffat, Russell T Davies, etc. Now, Kate Herron and Bryony Redman. Now, Kate Herron is famous for me, from Loki, because she was the show... Well, I don't know if she was the showrunner, but she was like the director for season 1. And obviously for me, Loki season 1 was like way better than season 2. So, you know what? I'm interested in this episode. So I guess we'll see. And then we have 2 finales here. The Legend of Ruby Sunday. What an exciting title. And also I've been going back and watching the trailers for Doctor Who, so it's exciting to kind of see the scenes we haven't seen yet. And some of them are about Ruby and like Unit and stuff. And I'm like, ooh, the intrigue is definitely building up. Especially with that lady that's showing up every episode. So I'm very excited. I even started taking notes on what are all the clues that I've seen so far. Let's see if I can think of something. Empire of Death. Also, what a cool title. My goodness. Anyway, that's Doctor Who. Oh yeah, I should be here as well. See, I forget to join the Discord these days. It's a shame. Emma Watson? What is this? Helena Bonham Carter and Emma Watson. Okay. We looked at the musical last time and it looks sick. Bacon's Japan thing is still here. Okay. Oh my god, Acolyte. I love what Acolyte is doing here. Oh my god, I wonder what they're doing. Crazy.
I look for in every new Star Wars show is how many aliens we get to see, and on this front, I really like what Acolyte is doing. There are aliens everywhere, some of which are making their way to live action for the first time. One of these was our first live action appearance for the Zygerians with Tassi Loa, the Padawan of your...
She says Zygerian? I didn't even realize. Wait a minute. Clone Wars. How do you even spell that? Zygerian? They look way different, right? Am I crazy? She's meant to be this? I guess. Wait a minute. Even though she was like the queen though, right? Like what's like an average, she's meant to be this? I'll be honest, I did not pick that up. Jesus. Not the best makeup, I don't think.
Lord Fandar. It sounds like her costume was a ton of work, so that's probably why she doesn't show up.
You know what is crazy that I didn't realize until, a friend of the stream, Miller the Killer, said that this is his favorite character. I don't know if it was being ironic or not, but apparently she's played by the Wolverine girl. I don't know what her name was in that movie, but she was very young back then, but now she's older, but that was kind of crazy. Oh my god. The K-Bird is here, late as always. I was actually on time perfectly. I think it was only 10 seconds past the hour, so yeah. Lil Bro is responding to me, but I'm 3 minutes behind. I just read it now. But you know what? Maybe it won't be 3 minutes because, I was pretty Slow to respond. Anyway, back to this.
Padawan of your fandom.
Nigerian,
It sounds
crazy.
like her costume was a
Nigerian.
ton of work, so that's probably why she doesn't show up with the rest of the group later on in the first and second episodes. Vernestra Rowe being a Miri Allen, Jeki being part Thelan, and Kalnaka being a Wookiee means there's going to be a lot more alien representation throughout the show, but making their live-action debut were not just the Zygerians and the Kafex, there was also a species that would be very familiar to KOTOR fans. It was only brief, but we got our first live-action appearance for the Selkath as well, from the Kolto-producing planet Manon in Knights of the Old Republic. It was very brief and only in the background.
Also, that's what Blindway freaked out about. I remember this shot, and they're like, "Oh my god, look at this!" And they pointed it out. And I'm like, I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about.
I really like when they're able to include that kind of thing. To me, weird aliens are a big part of what makes Star Wars feel like Star Wars.
It's probably true, right? I guess. It's always the eyes. The eyes are just so hard to do because they're so exaggerated when it comes to this. Like the same thing with Ahsoka. Like her eyes are so giant in the animated thing, which makes her seem more alive, I guess, or more not alive. What's the word? Like her eyes are like normal human eyes here, you know. And then you got like Ahsoka with the giant like eyes. It's so expressive. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. And I guess the same thing here. You know, big eyes, small eyes. The eye is so important. All right, that's what I'm saying. All right. Okay, bro. Lead already looked up the Black Lagoon song to try and disprove me and failed. What was I disproving you on? Did you watch it Blonde yet? Nope, hasn't been spun on the wheel. I guess I could just like watch it one day outside the wheel, but I got just so many other things on top like before that, you know. How about Jackie Brown? No, absolutely not. But the one thing I have watched is let's see. I've watched My Hero Academia. I'm watching that week to week. I have no idea what day that comes out. I would assume the weekend because Blind Wave reacts to it on a Monday, so something like that. I watch Doctor Who every week, but there's only 3 more episodes of that left. I watch Acolyte now, I guess, for the next 6 weeks. Maybe more if they take a break for some reason. I have to read Jujutsu Kaisen, watching well, I guess I finished Black Lagoon, believe it or not. What else? I guess I have to read My Hero, but I haven't started reading that yet. A lot, all right? A lot of consumption this month, as well as the 3 things that were chosen on this month's wheel, unlike last month, which was 2. And again, was complimenting the Zygerian queen on her beauty. Now I understand why. Oh my god, true. My goodness. Also not true. Okay, you know what? We're not going to talk about it. Tyrone reviewed the first 2 episodes of Acolyte. I watched the review. I was actually really interested because I was like, I know that Tyrone, because I'm invested now because I watched that one thing on stream where he was like talking about how there's no way it's going to be good and the reviews are rigged and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, what's he going to say? And then I watched it and he was like, first I watched the episode 2 review first because that was like the better episode, obviously. And he's like, this one was like worse than the first one and it was boring. And yeah, I was like, okay, I guess I was to expect that, but yeah. Tyrone reviewed the first 2 episodes of Acolyte and said they worked it up and it was boring. Actually, no, he didn't say that, Kyle. In the first minute of the first episode, he said, don't even ask me if it's work because obviously it's work. They're advertising it as work. And then I don't think he mentioned the workness after that. So false information from Kyle here. Kyle here. Jesus Christ. You were trying to disprove me that the song wasn't just made for the show. I completely forgot you said that. So yeah. And I mean, it would obviously be made for the show, right? they say like Revy in it or something, don't they? No, or do they? Wait. Oh my god. Black Lagoon opening lyrics. Am I crazy? They don't say Revy? No, I guess they don't say Revy. Why am I like so confident that you were right about that? Begun. I guess the lyrics are too simple, maybe? No, you know what? Maybe this isn't. Maybe it isn't for Black Lagoon. I guess it could just be a song that existed beforehand. Now you've changed my mind completely. All because of my misinterpretation of lyrics. You watched the Tyrone review without me? I watched 2 without you. And then I actually went back and I was like, okay, I wonder if he always hated Star Wars. So then I went and I watched the Ahsoka reviews for episodes 1, 4, 5, and 6. I didn't watch the whole things, but I just got the gist of like what he was thinking. And he was like it was like surprisingly positive for that. So I truly do think he is like he's not insane. I think he's like somewhat like he hasn't gone completely off the deep end where he can't like anything Star Wars. So it was kind of interesting to see that. Then Heath is dabbing. Thank you, Heath. They worked it up. I caught up, Alito. Well done. I have big gun. I took it from my lord. Sweet with justice. Okay, I'm not reading all these lyrics here, okay? Tyron just likes action, Lamau. Well, Ahsoka doesn't have that much action in it. At least, actually, overall, it probably doesn't have that much action, right? Unless I'm just forgetting it. It doesn't feel like an action show. What is, like, are there actually, now that I think about it, do any of these Star Wars, I guess Mandalorian has a lot of action, that's for sure. But do any of the other ones have a lot of action? Obi-Wan doesn't have that much action, right? Andor barely has any action. But if it does, it'll be like at the end of an arc or something. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't think of like Star Wars shows as action shows, except be it like Book of Boba Fett and Mandalorian, I guess. Compare my lyrics to the real one? No. They're all live action. What does that even mean? Live action. I guess the actions that are happening are real life. They're live. Who knows? Anyway. What else do I have to do? Nothing. Brainstorming video topics, that's one thing to do, but I don't know how I could possibly do that on stream, but I thought, oh, yeah, maybe someone will have an idea. You know, right now we got Vinland Saga. Manga video. We got Chainsaw Man. I don't know what this would be. Maybe a theory video. That'd be fun. Some theory video. What else is there? We're done with Mushoku Tensei for a long while. But I have plenty of ideas for Mushoku Tensei. I'll tell you what I'm really interested in right now. Let's think. What's like pulling me? Where I'm like, I want to make a video about this. I guess Hunter x Hunter. I don't know why. I just feel like I want to make another Hunter x Hunter video. What was that movie I watched? Leave the World Behind. That's the one about the communication breakdown, right? Yeah, I'm interested in making one about this, just because people are really dumb, I guess, and they miss the point of the movie. Or at least the point that I took from it, so maybe I could make a video about that. Heavenly Delusion. This is a video that'll never be made. But defending the scene that everyone hates at the end. I would never make this video because I don't want to be a person who's defending it, but I mean, I think a lot of people's takes on the stuff on, I don't want to spoil, I guess, what happens, but something happens at the end that's really bad, but a lot of people have really bad takes on it, I guess, but there's no way that video is ever happening. What else? Let's watch our famous Chainsaw Man review. Oh yeah, how's that going? I guess for anyone who is a Chainsaw Man fan and doesn't know me that well, I do a weekly review of Chainsaw Man, oh, not weekly, I guess, but weekly or bi-weekly whenever they come out, which we didn't announce at the end how often they come out. The next one's coming out in 7 days, Kyle, by the way. Anyway, I talk about it on this channel, Secondary NT. This is Kyle Entertainment's second channel. You can check this out if you want. An amazing thumbnail, if I do say so myself. It even got Kyle's approval. He said this was a 10 out of 10 thumbnail. So yeah. 91 views. That's actually not bad, right? For less than 24 hours. 4 comments. Crazy. I guess 3, including Kyle. 2 by the famous chatter, Prox Orth Rec. Who knows? He might even be listening right now. Crazy. I guess I don't know if it's a guy. I shouldn't say he, right? They could be listening right now, you know? Anyway. And then we got a person here, 1001. She picks the twig to transform it into a knife. And then edit. You realized eventually. True, we got him. I'm a genius. You know, I figured it out all on my own live in this video here. Crazy. 91 views. Who knows? Maybe we'll get to 200. That's my hope. What's the last one that got 200? The Berserk. That actually got... That shut up quickly, right? Did that always have 200? Crazy. 129. 124. This is doing a bit less than usual, right? 1 comment. Streets needed this. True. Anyway, I guess this is the time where I just do the regular check of all the views. You know, 385. We're doing okay. 70 views. This got more than usual. I guess people are maybe picking up that I'm doing the wheel, and they're like, oh, let me click it and see what he got on the wheel. Click back here, you know. I have the section for the rules, and then I have the actual wheel spin itself. Crazy. The Mushoku Tensei one continues to climb. We're 1.5k. I think this is just keep going up as long as my other video just keeps getting views. But, yep. That discussion will hopefully come out in the next few days as soon as we record it. And then, of course, the classic. We reached 10k. Hell yeah, guys. We're getting there. Hopefully it'll get a bump up every time a new episode comes out, but I'm not expecting big things for this video, but 10k I'm very happy with. Anyway, what was I doing? Oh yeah, this. Don't have too much to say from this. Okay. And do a crossword. True, we're gonna do that. What's your best Black Lagoon video idea? Oh, I guess I could. I don't want to. I'm not gonna say anything about Black Lagoon because I actually have thoughts about Black Lagoon that obviously me and Kyle are gonna talk about. So no Black Lagoon thoughts here. Has Lead Ari made a Hunter Hunter video? Yes, I have. It's not much of a video. It's quite independent of Hunter Hunter, but and also maybe you're being ironic here and you know that I made a Hunter Hunter video. But, it has a great thumbnail. I only changed it 3 times. What made the dragon dive so engaging in 2 minutes? My experimental format of me not wanting to write a proper script, so I thought, let me just make it 2 minutes so I can make it really quick. Make a Crucible video? No, thank you. My equivalent would be my video about More, because that was like a high school video essay, and I guess the Crucible is like a high school text or whatever. 7 days, more greatness. Yeah, true. I can't wait. I can't believe you didn't notice that Yoru turned back into us at the end, Kyle. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah. Oh my god, I didn't see the green one yet. Now, what is Kyle talking about? I didn't see the green one yet. I don't even know. He could be talking about anything. No, I'm pretty sure. Oh, the green comment, I guess. That would make sense. No, I'm pretty sure I figured it out. Well, yeah, I explained it to you, I think, and you were like, oh my god, crazy. Well, I didn't explain it. I guess I just pointed it out. 200 views on the Berserk one? Yeah, crazy. I swear I checked this channel 3 hours ago. You should check the graph. Maybe it's like exponential. You're going to get to like 20,000 views. Wouldn't that be wild? Or you know what you need to do, Kyle? You need to publish these things consistently because... Wait, what is it? Not Nation Eventer. Secondary NT. Because people are they're gonna watch this, They're gonna subscribe and they're gonna be like, when's the next one? I want another Berserk video. What am I waiting for here? I swear I checked this, read that. How much Black Lagoon have you watched, stupid? I finished it. I think I said that before. I'm just waiting for you, Kyle. I completely forgot about... It's only 5 episodes. It was very easy to finish. Unlike the more than double the length for the other seasons. I completely forgot about this Hunter Hunter video. True, it's it's my best video I've ever made. Because it's like really analytical and stuff, but it's not really. I think I probably watched that one. I'll make a Crucible video someday. The green comment on the... I already figured it out before you said this. Chainsaw Man video, dummy. Publish your mother consistently. I've got to go to work. Finished it 5 long episodes. Yeah, I finished it 5 nice and short episodes. They're barely longer than last season. It was incredibly easy to finish because of how short it was. Anyway, so guys, expect a Black Lagoon discussion. Who knows when? As soon as Kyle finishes, I guess. Okay, well, that was me, my amazing brainstorming of video ideas here. Is there any live action things, I guess, besides Leave the World Behind? It's been a while since I've made a manga video. I could do a manga thing. Ay. I do like Ruby. I could probably make another Ruby video. But that one didn't do too well. But it was kind of fun. I enjoyed making it. I don't want to give away all my video ideas, even though these aren't really ideas, they're just topics. Easy to finish because of how much he loved it. True. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Wouldn't that be crazy if I just... Actually, I don't want to say anything. Because, we're moving topics. No more Black Lagoon, okay? Make a great Star Wars video. Could I make a Star Wars video? No, Star Wars is like... I don't know if I could have any original thought when it comes to Star Wars. I feel like everything that could possibly be said about Star Wars has already been said. There's nothing I could possibly add. But the Revenge of the Sith novelization, now that's something I could make a video on. And I, in fact, did have a introductory paragraph written about it. This is a few years ago, maybe. Was the Black Sails ideas? No Black Sails ideas. Game of Thrones, what's the point? Lagoon and on this dick. This guy, very funny. Okay, anyway. Enough of brainstorming. Enough reading chat. Except for Heath, who just said, House of the Dragon is coming out soon. Oh my god, guys. This is going to be crazy. Let's add it to the list, okay? Weekly things to watch. Too many these days. My Hero Academia. Acolyte. Doctor Who. We got Chainsaw Man. Soon to have My Hero Academia manga. House of the Dragon. I feel like there's also something else coming out in June. Is The Boys this month? The Boys release date. Oh my god, it's even sooner than the other stuff. The Boys. How am I going to consume this every week? It's back to the days when I would watch the Arrowverse stuff and I'd have something new to watch every day. Those were the times. My goodness. It was like Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow. I think that's it. And then probably like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Star Wars Rebels Season 4, Ruby Volume 5. Like, oh my god, those were the days. Are we going to make a preview video for House of the Dragon Season 2? Do you mean like talk about it before it comes out? I'll do it. Yeah, I need to like think about it. Not like think about making a video. Like I do need a recap, so it would be good to do that. And I would happily do it. You just got to message me with the time, you know? Okay. Anyway, now I feel like there were some interesting videos. I guess not. Oh, I guess it's just this one. AI's dirty little secret. I saw this was 6 minutes long, and I saw it was by the physicist lady who I think I've seen one video of hers, and it was like slightly incorrect. I think what she was saying, or it was like exaggerated. So I was like, huh. And she's also really popular, so I thought, okay, if she's making an AI video, this could be interesting. Wonder how accurate she's being, because this is like a good judge. Like I could actually judge how accurate she's being. 6 minutes, nice and short. If I speed it up, it could be shorter. I have no idea what this could be about. What is AI's dirty little secret? Okay, I'll reintroduce you to House of the Dragon in only the best ways, Elidari. Okay, good. No spoilers, though. Let's see. What is AI's dirty little secret?
About artificial intelligence these
Oh,
days.
I didn't hear the first word she said.
There's a lot of talk about artificial intelligence these
True,
days.
there is.
Artificial intelligence this, artificial intelligence that. But what I find most interesting about AI, no one ever talks about. It's that we have no idea why they work as well as they do. I'm not talking about what some...
Well, what's the rest of the video going to be about, I wonder? I mean, I guess that's true. They just work. Like, we understand the basic principles. Like, you know, you have some error and you, like, reduce it slowly over time somehow, but I guess there's no guarantee it will reduce. Yeah, who knows? Good point.
Sometimes called the black box problem, which is that no one really knows why an AI comes to this or that conclusion. You feed it data, ask it a question...
This isn't even what I was thinking about. Wait, is that what she said? Wait a minute. Well, she said this isn't what it is.
Not talking about what sometimes
she's
called
not
the black
talking about
box
it.
problem, which is that no one really knows why an AI comes to this or that conclusion. You feed it data, ask it a question, and it gives an answer, but it can't explain why that answer makes sense, and sometimes not. It's like a teenager, but without the eye rolling. Somewhat dated but illustrative example of the black box problem was the AI tasked to figure out which patients who presented in an emergency department were at risk of pneumonia. It found that people with asthma were at particularly low risk. The reason, it turned out, was that in the training sample, the people who presented with asthma and symptoms of pneumonia were admitted to intensive care right away, while others received delayed treatment leading to worse outcomes. It's for reasons like this that we'd like to know why a model came to this or that conclusion.
I think like there's like two go-to examples. One of them is about classifying gender, and the way that it's trained, or the thing that the model learns is to just look at makeup, and it's like, oh, makeup is like a very good correlate of gender, so it just predicts that all people wearing makeup are women or whatever. That's like a really bad, interesting black box take. And I think the other one, this is more like about why accuracy isn't important or whatever, but is like, imagine you have a model that's trying to detect if something is spam or not, and overwhelmingly the data set would have like more than 99% of the emails would just be not spam. They'd be like real emails, and like less than 1% would be spam emails. So the model could literally just predict every email as not being spam or just being authentic, and it would get like over 99% accuracy, which is why you need like to either understand the model or to rely on other metrics other than accuracy. But yeah.
We don't trust black boxes, and indeed there are many efforts to make AI explain its reasoning, but this is not the problem that I'm talking about today. I'm also not talking about the problem of badly specified goals that can lead to unintended outcomes, like a recent study by researchers from the University of Oxford who asked an AI to minimize the number of crashes in a train network. The AI concluded quite reasonably that you can't crash a train that never leaves the station, so it just stopped all trains. Genius. This is a more funny than scary example of a misalignment problem in which the human intention was not well coded, but this is also not what I'm talking about today. Instead, I'm talking about the curious question of why the currently most widely used AIs don't just fit all their many parameters to the training data and are then unable to make further predictions. This problem is known as overfitting, and the dirty little secret of AI is that overfitting doesn't happen as much as expected, and no one knows why. A simple example of
I mean, it definitely happens. I can see maybe in the, I don't even know what that claim is, because overfitting can happen very easily, but at the same time, oh god, why am I watching this actually, now that I think about it? So I guess, I don't know if anyone is interested in this or if it's just me, but historically, there was like this old saying when it comes to AI, or like deep learning, or neural networks, I guess, which is that you want the number of parameters in your network, which is like the number of little like knobs you can turn to like learn things. You want to make the number that you have there be smaller than the number of training examples you have. Because if it's larger, like if you have more parameters, then you can literally just memorize the training data set. And well, roughly, you can't exactly, but you can basically memorize the training set, and you can predict exactly based on the training set, the correct labels for those training items, and you won't generalize very well because you've like memorized the training data and it's not very good. Now, recently, especially with very big networks and a lot of data, they have found empirically that this isn't true at all, basically. And you can have massive amounts of parameters, like billions or trillions of parameters, which are way larger than the actual training set. And it will work exceptionally well, and it can even improve, like be better than having a small network. So it is like a mysterious kind of thing. It's like, why is this working? But I mean, there is research about it, so I don't know.
Overfitting is this. Say you have 4 data points and you fit a 5th order polynomial to it. What's the prediction you get for the next data point? It could be anything, because the 5th order polynomial has more free parameters than you need to fit the 4 points to begin with. It's a general problem you have with any sort of model. The more freedom there is in the model, the more parameters, the better you can fit it to the data you have, and the more ambiguous the predictions become. Now, the current large language models and other AIs that we are using are all based on what's called a deep neural net. These are basically big sets of numbers called weights that are adjusted during the training, so that when you later enter a query that was not in the training data, the neural net can match that to an existing pattern and give a right answer. The currently largest neural nets have several hundred billion up to a trillion or so parameters. The funny thing is now that the neural nets don't overfit even if they could. You see, with any model, you have to reach a balance between how well you can fit each individual data point and how sensitive you are to these points. If you're very sensitive to each point, then you're overfitting and will not fit new data well. Let's suppose that the horizontal axis here shows how big the error of the model is, or new data, and the vertical axis shows, loosely speaking, the number of parameters, so the complexity of the model, if you wish. A simple model is very robust but can't fit the data well. Now, if you increase the number of parameters, then the performance increases because you can fit the data better. There's a sweet spot, and after that you fit all the data that you have, but new data isn't fit well. This is overfitting. The weird thing is now that with neural nets, if you just keep on increasing the number of parameters, the curve goes down again. This has been dubbed the double descent in a 2019 paper. Why does that happen? No one knows. The speculation that makes most sense to me is that models don't overfit when they could because the overfit isn't stable under something that happens during the training runs. They almost always default on a fit that's dominated by as few relevant parameters as possible, and then fine-tune with the remaining parameters. But it's unclear.
I have absolutely no idea. I don't know anything about like what the solution or the reason behind the double descent problem is.
That's correct. I find this a very interesting problem because I think it'll tell us something about how the human brain works or how complexity arises in general. I also think it might be a good idea to figure out how the software works that we're handing the world over to, but maybe that's just me. Artificial intelligence is really everywhere these days. If you want to
oh my god, is this a sponsor? Oh my god.
more about how neural networks and large language
Let's
models
hear it.
work, I recommend you check out the courses on Brilliant.org. All courses on Brilliant have interactive visualizations and come with follow-up questions. I found it to be very effective to learn something new.
Do you reckon I could get a sponsor for like Mushoku Tensei videos? Because they get like a lot of views. I guess I only have like 6 videos, so it's probably not enough. I guess I should just become a Mushoku Tensei full-time YouTuber and reach out to some like, I don't know. Who would sponsor a Mushoku Tensei video though? I don't know.
It really gives you a feeling for what's going on and helps you build general problem-solving skills. They cover a large variety of topics in science, computer science, and maths, from general scientific thinking.
If you did like 1,000 of these every day, would this help you in any way for anything? Is this just like brain training stuff, which like doesn't hasn't been proven to do anything. I don't...
Topics in science, computer science, and maths, from general scientific thinking to dedicated courses on differential equations or large language models. And they're adding new courses each month. It's a fast and easy way to learn, and you can do it whenever and wherever you have the time. And of course, I have a special offer for users of this channel. If you use my link brilliant.org/Sabina, you'll get to try out everything Brilliant has to offer for a full 30 days. And
oh my god, 30 days we get
20%
everything.
off
It's
the annual
crazy.
premium subscription. So go and check this out. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
All right. I know the solution, Elite Ari, but I'm not going to tell you. Well, that's a shame. You could probably make a lot of money if you did. All the big companies would hire you. I know who would sponsor a Mushoku Tensei video, Elite Ari. I don't know. I'm sure you're making a joke. I don't know what the conclusion for the joke is, but yep. Someone bad, right? Because Mushoku Tensei is bad. All right. AI's dirty little secret. How interesting. You know what? All these videos, all the other ones are boring. So now's your chance, guys. Recommend me videos. I guess we could do the crossword in the meantime. Pruby. I don't know what Ciclet's saying here. Git. I don't know what this means, Ciclet. It's not all about money, Elite RE. True. However, remember guys, if you press the join button that should be next to the subscribe button, or if you're subscribed, it should be next to the subscribed button, you can become a channel member for $1 a month or $3 a month. And for $1, you get a nice badge next to your name and emojis in the chat. And for $3, you get a weekly update post. And you also get to participate in polls that are being done infrequently every now and then, you know, for choosing what I watch next. Anyway. Money is good. Actually, how much do you reckon, how much money do you think I've gotten from this 10,000 viewed poll video, guys? Put your guesses in the chat and I'll tell you the correct answer. 10,000 views. Mushoku Tensei video, 5 minutes long. Let's see. All right, analytics are loading. You know, they're taking their time. I don't know why. Jesus, it's really slow. Maybe because I'm streaming? That'd be weird, though. All right, here we go. Paul Greyrat, the single line that defines Paul Greyrat. It's actually 11,000 views, believe it or not. It's a bit delayed. It has plateaued, by the way. Anyway, the correct answer, $17. There you go. So 10,000 views is $17, roughly. The fuck has Kyle done to himself? He's a member, you know. I've been scrolling through the playlist, Elite Ari, but you aren't into anything cool, so we can't watch anything. That's a shame. I'm sure there's something good. Alright, did you know Miller found Belleville Rendezvous incredibly boring? He's lost all credibility. Not enough fights, I guess. True. Oh my god, you should tell him that. That's so true. First he doesn't like Chainsaw Man, now he doesn't like Belleville. But I did hear that. He said something about it, right? I think did he say it was boring to me? I don't know. He said something negative about it. I was like, oh, I guess I didn't like it. That's interesting. I love Belleville. It was really good. But I guess you've seen my digest, so I don't know why I just said that. But anyway. Billions with a B. I wish. That'd be good. Make one video, get billions. Wonder how much an average Mr. Beast video makes. Probably a lot. Alright, you should tell Kyle to watch it. Kyle, you should make a reaction video to Belleville Rendezvous. Triplet to Belleville. That'd be great. I don't want to watch mid. I got a 5 out of 5 on the the monthly digest. Did you see the Assassin's Creed controversy? No, I'm not a gamer, so I don't know. What happened, Ciclet? Fill us in, or link us a Reddit thread somehow. You know, Elite Ari, if you didn't stream tonight, I'd probably be reading that Eri one-shot. I don't believe you. There's no way you're reading Goodbye Eri. It's also, by the way, it is the best manga that's ever been made. It's Fujimoto's best work, even to date. There is nothing I have seen that has even been anywhere near as good as Goodbye Eri. So just take that into account when you read it. Know that I love it. Every aspect of it. It's fantastic. He watched it a long time ago. True. And Kyle says, I was gonna... No, you weren't. Don't pretend like you were gonna read Goodbye Eri. I know what you were gonna do. You were gonna open up, you know, your classic manga C that you love so much. You're gonna type in goodbye Eri, and then you're gonna see the first page, and you're gonna be like, oh, this is like Fujimoto's art style. And then you're gonna get distracted. You're gonna go back and be like, oh my god, the what's that Look Back movie is coming out. What if I just like read Look Back instead, so I'm ready for the movie? And then you like read Look Back, and then you'll completely forget about goodbye Eri. And a few months from now, again, you'll be like, oh, I guess I could read goodbye Eri, and then the cycle will start again. So when the hell is Look Back coming out? Look Back release date anime. Well, I guess it's a movie, right? No way it's coming out 28th of June. Everything is coming out this month. That's crazy. There's no way this is right. Oh, I guess maybe it's premiering there and it comes out. No, I think it already premiered, right? Well, there's only one way to find out. Wikipedia, our most reliable source here. Movie. Oops. Movie. Anime. I guess it is the 28th of June. Crazy. I wonder when it'll come to Crunchyroll. Will it even come to Crunchyroll? Because it's made by a relatively lesser known studio? I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'm excited for it. I fire punch your shit opinion. Damn. I was gonna jerk off, says Kyle. Crazy. I've already read Look Back, you idiot. I know you'd run a reread it, right? So you're familiar for the movie. And also you'd make a video about it on Secondary NT. Oh my god, imagine if you made a Goodbye Eri video. That'd be crazy. And the thumbnail is like Eri or something. Oh my god. Kyle, I got The Last of Us on PS4. You proud of me? Well, I'm proud of you, Secret. Also, I've read like the first 20 pages of Goodbye Eri. Well, I guess you have read it. You might as well just put it on your media list on Twitter. All right. Jesus. Have you guys noticed on Discord, it shows you when someone was recently online? Like I looked to the top right and it's like Mill of the Killer was online 31 minutes ago. It's a bit weird. I don't know. I guess I like it. It's kind of cool. It's just change, you know? When Discord users, we don't like change. We like things the old way. Proud Ciclet until you start mouthing off about it. Ciclet says, why is every good game I've ever heard about a PlayStation exclusive? Xbox is shit. Because, you know, Xbox is owned by Microsoft and Microsoft owns Windows. And, you know, why not just release your stuff on Windows and promote Windows, you know? I sent a video. You did. I actually forgot you sent that.
Face of the foreigners. You're the face.
What the hell is this? And why is it linked to 11 minutes into this video? Does Chris regret moving to Tokyo? Probably not, right? Why don't you make that video, Ari? What, like a look back video or a goodbye Eri video? I would never make a goodbye Eri video. For the same reason, I would never make an Anohana video, you know? It's too good. It's too personal, you know? Oh geez, I'm late. You're only 37 minutes late. Don't worry about it.
It's the tourists.
Good Samaritan. Good Samaritan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, it's this guy. He does like top 10 lists about Japan, right? Is that this channel?
Oh, I always...
Oh, is he a podcaster now? Wait, what is this? Abroad in Japan? No, wait. I would have to assume this is a podcast, but it's so short. Jesus Christ. I guess he's like me if you go to my channel right now, but just in the other tab. I wouldn't blame you for thinking I'm just a live streamer if you scroll to this tab here. But the main one, you know, video essays. Okay, this isn't the channel I was thinking of, I guess. Oh, this is literally the Abroad in Japan podcast. That makes sense. Okay. That's the shortest podcast I've ever seen. Yeah, this is the top 10 thing, right? 12 things not to do in Japan. 150 plus bowls. Crazy.
do that. I'll help all the people. But until then, what's more exciting, though, is Assassin's Creed, the video game. It's finally coming to Japan.
It's about the controversy. Okay.
After many years of not... Everybody's always...
Is it like is it a Japanese... Oh, is that what he's... Okay, wait. I understand. So Assassin's Creed, if you don't know, if you're not a gamer like I am, is set in certain time periods, okay? I know one of them was in like Greece or something, and they went to Atlantis or something like that. One of them, you're like Vikings. So I'm guessing this is a Japan one. Okay, let's see.
It's like, come on, Assassin's Creed. You've had about 100 games come out. Can you do one in Japan? And they've gone, no. And then clearly, now that Shogun has taken off and Ghost of Tsushima was amazing,
Wait a minute. Okay, wait.
Ubisoft went, wait a minute, we should probably cash in all this. We should probably have Assassin's Creed Japan finally. It's happening. Tell us about it.
Am I crazy or doesn't... Assassin's Creed, that's the one where you got two studios, right? Like you got the studio working on like one of the games, and then when that comes out, like that whole time the same studio or maybe a different studio has also been working on the next game, and like the games are like playing like 5 or 10 years in advance. Like surely it wouldn't have anything to do with the current release of like Shogun or anything, right? That sounds crazy to me.
Wait, Pete, tell us what's going down.
Yeah, I mean, the word assassin feels very Japanese. I know it's probably not. It's from Latin, guys.
Assassin, I guess. It kind of feels Japanese. I don't know.
Ronin
Latin.
Creed. Ronin
It's from
Creed.
Arabic hashashin, which again sounds very Japanese. I think, where's that come from? In the 15th century. Yes, the Assassin's Creed director has basically said that Assassin's Creed is going to be heading for Japan's feudal 16th century Sengoku period. They obviously got their first glimpse of the game via a cinematic trailer released in late May that introduced new protagonist Naoi, a female ninja, and Yasuke, a real-life figure often referred to as the African samurai. Some people have criticised the choice of Yasuke as a main character over an actual main native Japanese protagonist, and questioned the historical accuracy of the real-life character's depiction within
Is this the whole issue? Wait, I don't know.
the game. Sounds a bit Gamergate-y for me, if I'm completely honest, but
It does. Oh boy. Borko says Sicklet, and then Spawn Zorko says sick. We should watch the Tyrone video about this controversy. This game was certainly in development long before Shogun was a meme. True. See, I'm a genius. I predicted this. Call of Duty did the 3 studios thing. Okay. I don't know about Assassin's Creed. Farage is back. Don't know what that means.
Ubisoft has tried very much to ensure authenticity throughout the game and took a number of measures, such as consulting with weapons experts and traveling to Japan to get a feel for the landscape, aka a lovely jolly that you don't really see in the video game development teams anymore. They've waited 17 years so far, and a mere 6 months remain until they can get their hands on the game in Japan. I mean, this is all about Ghost of Tsushima and the one set in China, isn't it? It's like
I think I got the whole controversy here. Oh my god, the main character isn't Japanese or something? I don't care. Okay. Assassin's Creed, they can do whatever they want. I really don't care. Also, the only Assassin's Creed I've ever played was Brotherhood, and I never played the story. I only played the multiplayer because it was the sickest thing ever, where you have to like blend in with the crowd and like kill people. God, it was so cool. And also, you know, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, not honest trailer, literal trailer. You know, this thing also convinced me to get it. Crazy. Oh my god, I'm getting actual messages from chatters now. Crazy. Anyway, sickest game ever. Best piece of advertising for the game ever. Lead Ari, I got a comment on the Berserk tier list. Oh no. I don't think you had any too crazy opinions, right? They'd probably be like, hell yeah, brother, this is great. We love it. Let's see. Bro relates to Griffith. True. That's crazy. Did you actually say that? Oh no, let's go through the transcript here. Relatable. Relate. Uh-oh. Let's get him cancelled.
It was terribly written and stuff. And I think it was in watching those that I related to Griffith a lot more.
Uh-oh, cut it there. Clip and ship it, or whatever they say. Jesus Christ. He relates to Griffith. Imagine saying that. My God. I got a comment on the Berserk tier list, read that. Ari, the first foreign samurai was actually a black slave, and people are still mad. I had no idea. We can fact check that. Wikipedia. Samurai. What even is a samurai? Isn't it just a Japanese word for something? Samurai with a hereditary military nobility. I feel like if that's the case, there wouldn't just be a single first samurai, right? There'd probably be like a whole army of samurais initially. So I don't know. I don't know if there was a first samurai. But what do I know? I'm not a historian. I'm not Japanese. I don't know anything about samurai. So why am I commenting? I guess I've seen Dororo. You know, I've seen Blue Eye Samurai. So I'm kind of an expert. I've seen Samurai Champloo. And probably other things. I've seen Star Wars. Star Wars is inspired by samurai. Unity was good. Yeah, it's like, I've heard of that. Assassin's Creed Unity. That is a game. Check DMs. Alright, order. That's not good. I'm killing ya. You can show it. Okay. I don't know what this is yet. Something about analytics. Let's have a look. Wait, you say it can or can't? Wait, let's double check that. You can show it. Okay. This is from Kyle Entertainment. So what is this? Let's see. This is secondary NT. 1,300 views. I feel like that's a lot for secondary and T, right? 1.3k, 114 hours, 4 subscribers. Not bad. Berserk is number 1. 200. Wait, is this... Were you trying to show me that there's like a jump or something because of the Berserk thing? Because you should... I would not rely on this. This is too, like... Too up and down, you know? You'd want to click on the Berserk thing and then see the actual graph for that. But 200, not bad, you know? Crazy. Last 48 hours. Anyway. Kyle Entertainment. Now we've seen his analytics, guys. Let me, oh, I got the live notification. Okay. +4. Oh, he's saying you got 4 subscribers. Congratulations. Let's, oh yeah, what's the Mr. Beast, not video, website here? Let's see if it shows up here as well. I know it'd be one word, right? Uh-oh. It's not being tracked. I think Kyle Entertainment is surely here, right? That's funny. Your channel, Kyle, is too small. I'm sure Ordinary R is on here, right? Oh, look at this. Crazy. 8,000? You know, this is the Mushoku Tensei effect right here. Getting 8,000 views. 38 subs because I put out a scripted video on this channel. Crazy. But, you know, it's not all about numbers. It's about quality, not quantity. Am I right? Lead Ari also relates to Griffith. Do I? I don't think Griffith's relatability is the most interesting. Unless it is. Let me think. What the most interesting thing about Griffith is his internal lack of confidence or like hatred of himself. That's like the most interesting thing. Which I don't think that's like relatable or anything. I just think it's really interesting. He said that's why he likes Griffith the most. Did I? If I did, I wonder what I was saying, like what the context was. I guess you could say that's like relatable on a human level, where it's like it makes him more human, more universally relatable, less than personally, you know. Anyone who says Thui doesn't is either a rapist or lying. I have no idea what that means. There would be a first foreign samurai. Oh, foreign samurai. Okay, I guess that would make sense. A foreign origin. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Yasuke is a popular historical figure and character in Japan for decades. This screams narcissism. You're getting killed, kid. Papa Bear's back on top. Not yet, you know. What's the difference here? Let's see. I actually don't remember. 378 to 385. What's that? 7 subscribers. So anyone listening right now, you could make Kyle Entertainment's entire year by going to secondary and subscribing right now if you're not already subscribed. He'd cry tears of joy. As Dan would say, it's not one word. Yeah, I guess it isn't one word. I literally see it typed right in the chat here. Secondary NT as the channel name. All right, what do you think of Farage coming back at this point? I don't know what that means. Farage coming back at this point in the election cycle? I'm going to Google this, mate. Oh, it's some political leader in the UK? Is this like a Doctor Who reference? I don't know. I don't know. Why would I know anything about politics? Let alone UK politics. Subscribe and unsubscribe from Ordinary Ari. Don't do that. We need subscribers. Okay. It's a good metric to see how great I am. Oh yeah, I was going to do the crossword that I got completely distracted by. You can stay subscribed to Elite Ari, however. True. It's so, isn't it just so disheartening when the number's so big that if I want this to change from 2.6 to 2.7, I need an entire 100 subscribers. Crazy. Which is like a massive amount. That's like a third of Ordinary Ari, you know? Crazy. Good way to get in shape. In more ways, more than one way? Good way to get in shape in more than one way. I don't know. That it's on the tip of my tongue though. We could do that one. British nobility title. Queen? No. I guess it's more generic than that, right? A royal? But that's also not a title, so I don't know. Heaven help us. Lord. No, heaven. I don't know. What a cat resembles when it sits with its... Oh, loaf. Easy. Something quite goat. Saventes epic. I have no idea at all. Like this text. Like this text. Starting with an R, but I doubt that. Definitely has an L in it. I don't know. Google alternative. Well, there's Yahoo. I guess that's probably it, right? Which means this is probably not royal. Instrument at a basilica or a baseball stadium. I don't know what a basilica is. And what do they have at baseball stadiums? They have cheerleaders. That's not an instrument, right? I guess it's an instrument. Kind of. What else? Trumpets? I don't know. Silly mistake. An oof. An oof? There's no way it's 3 oofs, right? Oh boy. Your point is moot. Your point is bad? Oh no, this is really bad, guys. I don't know this one. Any of these. British nobility title. King, Queen, Royal, Knight, Sir. If you're knighted as a woman, are you still a Sir? I guess Brienne of Tarth was a Sir, right? I have no idea what they call the royalty. Heaven help us. No idea. And this one, I have no chance of getting that one. Instrument. You know what? I think I don't know. I don't know any of these. I don't even have any rough idea. The only one I could maybe get is 5, the British nobility title. But even that, I don't know what the hell starts with an A. It has an A in the second letter. Aristocrat? No, that's like that's nothing to do with British nobility. Ma'am? No, ma'am is like a sign of respect. I don't know, just generally. Heaven help us. Lord heaven, Satan, God, Jesus. I don't know what I just saw move up there. Anyway, let's see if anyone has any answers here. Farage is the guy that made Brexit happen. Well, didn't the citizens of the UK make Brexit happen by voting? I don't know. He's evil, is he? Yoga? What would yoga be? I don't think yoga would fit in any of these. One across. Oh, it would literally. The only one I didn't look at. Good way to get in shape in more ways than one. Oh, that's funny, because like yoga is like a fitness thing, but also like makes you do different shapes with your limbs or whatever. Very funny. Thank you, New York Times. All right. Do an Australian citizenship... There's no way I would pass a citizenship test. That's really funny, though. Australian citizenship test. I feel like there's no chance I would pass that. Oh my god, it's yoga. Yep, I know 8. Tell me. I have no idea what 8 would be. I don't even know what this means. A quicksort Cervantes epic. Maybe it's like literally oof. Wouldn't that be crazy if it was oof? Oh my god. Organ. Instrument. Oh, well, do they have organs at a baseball stadium? I don't know about that one. Oh, but organ would fit. Un. I still don't know what this 8 across is. Women can't be knighted, Elite Ari. Don't be ridiculous. Is that true? That's crazy if that's true. Don Quixote. I don't know. What does that mean? What is Quixote? Uncultured swine. Yeah, I am. Don Quixote is a Spanish novel and a popular Japanese shop. Well, never heard of it. Don, like in One Piece. Don. I thought you'd say like Don, like in Mad Men, right? I don't know. Don Quixote. I think you mean Quixote. Or T. I don't know. Well, I don't know either. Don Elite R.H. Rue. Don Eladio from Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. Don Hector from, I guess, Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Crazy. Salamanca Monkey, as the meme goes. It's great. Actually, Don Quixote is a Fate character. Oh, that makes sense why Heath knew it then. Okay, crazy. Ada Cross is Don. I've already got it. Wait, how far behind are you? Jesus Christ. All right. Heaven help us. There's no way it's that, right? Oh God. Very funny. We love the New York Times and their classic 2-word, 1-word answers. Okay. Golf? Goof? Oh, goof is a silly mistake. That makes sense. And your point is... There we go. Well. Aaron. Baron. Oh my god, it's a berserk. Oh my god. We love Mira. He got us the final answer because of the snake baron or whatever. You solved the mini in 7 minutes and 9 seconds. We did it, guys. That's like a new record for us, right? Working together. Crazy. All right. KYSNTS, says Kyle. I wonder what that stands for. All right. You know, I'm proud of our performance in this one today. I still don't know how any of the other ones work, but anyway, citizenship test. Can you practice? Prepare for the citizenship test? Practice test. Let's see. I thought this whole thing down here was like a accept cookies thing. It's like, why is this taking up so much of the page? What do we commemorate on Anzac Day? Well, oh, it's multiple choice. I could do this. The landing of Australian and New Zealand Army Corps at Gallipoli, Turkey during World War I, the arrival of the first free settlers from Great Britain, and the landing of the first fleet. Okay, I'm pretty sure Anzac Day is this one. The landing of the Australian and New Zealand Army Corps, because Anzac, see the initials? What are the colors of the Australian Aboriginal flag? Yeah, black, red, and yellow. Easy. What is the Commonwealth coat of arms? I have no idea. Oh, wait, what is it, literally? Well, it's not the national anthem. No, it could be the Australia's national flower. The official symbol of Australia, which identifies Commonwealth property. I mean, that makes the most sense, but I also would believe it if you told me it was Australia's national flower. What happened in Australia? Oh, that was the day we got federated or whatever. The Australian Constitution was changed by referendum? I don't think so. Maybe. The separate colonies were united into a federation of states. True. Called the Commonwealth of Australia. I got it, guys. What is the capital city of Australia? Canberra. Easy. Which of these is an example of freedom of speech? People can peacefully protest against the government action. Okay, maybe. Men and women are treated equally in a court of law. That's probably not freedom of speech. Australians are free to not follow a religion. That could be freedom of speech. People can peacefully protest against the government action. That's like freedom of... I could imagine this being written as like a freedom of speech thing, whereas like you can protest by expressing yourself, which is like a speech thing. Australians are free to not to follow a religion. That also could be a free speech thing, where it's like you don't... Oh, it's not really speech. I guess this one is probably the most likely, right? People can peacefully protest. That's probably the most likely freedom of speech thing, because religion is more like a belief, I guess, whereas this one is like an action or an expression of an idea, whereas religion is more like a belief you have. Which of these statements about government in Australia is correct? The government does not allow some religions. I mean, it's probably some... Oh, actually, I guess if you use the word religion, then yeah, they wouldn't, right? The government in Australia is secular. That's probably true. Religious laws are passed by parliament. That's not true. Okay, we're secular. Which of these is an example of equality in Australia? Everyone follows the same religion? What's with all the religion questions? This is crazy. Men and women have equal rights. That's true. Everyone belongs to the same political party. These are like these are very easy. Oh my god. Just wait till I get like 50% of these wrong. That'd be crazy. But which of these is a responsibility of Australian citizens aged 18 and over? I guess to vote, right? To attend local, who cares about the council meetings? They don't have to attend those. To have a current Australian passport, that's not required. To vote in federal and state or territory elections and in a referendum, true. Which of these statements about passports is correct? Australian citizens can apply for an Australian passport, that's true. Permanent residents can hold an Australian passport, I have no idea. Australian citizens need a passport and visa to return to Australia, that's not true, so this first one. Which of these statements about voting in Australian elections is correct? People are free and safe to vote for any candidate. It's generally true. Voting is by a show of hands. No, people must write their name on their vote. That is also not true. What is the name of the legal document that sets out the basic rules of the government? That would be the Constitution, right? The Australian Constitution. What is a referendum? That would be a vote to change the Australian Constitution. Which arm of government has the power to interpret and apply laws? Oh no. Which arm of the government has the power to interpret and apply laws? That'd probably be the judicial. Because legislative, I imagine, would have the power to create laws. Executive would have the power to enact laws, maybe? Like to put them into power or something? And then I would imagine judicial would be like executing of the laws or interpreting them, right? But I'm not... this one I'm less certain on. Which of these is a role of the Governor General? Well, they're the Queen's representative, right? The appointment of state premiers, that might be true. Signing all bills, that's definitely true. The appointment of the head of state. That may also be true, I don't know. But I'm fairly sure that they have to sign every bill that's passed into law, so probably that one. Which of these statements best demonstrates Australian values about freedom of expression? Everyone can peacefully express their opinions within the law. I guess that's fair. People with different views from me need to keep quiet. That's not true. Only approved topic. Okay, easy, obvious answer here. Should people in Australia make an effort to learn English? I don't know what the actual stance on this is, actually. I think we have a... Do we still have a... I remember at some point there was a policy of integration, which I learned about in history, which meant that you could retain your old values, but you have to make an effort to integrate, which means like learn English, but I don't know if that's still a thing. I have no idea. People in Australia should speak whichever language is most commonly spoken in their local neighborhood. There is no expectation to learn any particular language in Australia. Yes, English is the national language of Australia, and it helps to get an education, a job, and to integrate into the community. I feel like you probably... This is probably still a requirement, right? Because all the legal documents and all the... Like, everything would be in English, so I guess you would have to learn English, right? I would assume, but I'm not certain about this one. In Australia, you can encourage violence against a person or group of people if you have been insulted. No, it's against Australian values and the law. Oh my god, we're almost done, guys. Should people tolerate one another where they find that they disagree? Yes, peaceful disagreement reflects Australian values in relation to mutual respect. True. And finally, which of the following is an example of contributing to the Australian community? So, volunteering or fundraising for a charity. That's true. I should not make an effort to get to know other people. That's not true. People in Australia should not contribute to the community because Australia is a free country. I guess it's the volunteering one, right? Oh my god, I got 100%. That's crazy. I'm a genius. Australian citizenship practice test results. And I didn't even study for this. I'm just a natural Australian. I'm so proud of myself. Okay. Let's see. Did anyone say anything? 6 viewers. Crazy. Brisbane's the capital city. Yeah, you wish. My god. A says Ciclet for who knows which question. I don't know. You're so smart, Ciclet. Freedom of speech and freedom of religion seem different. Yeah, it does, yeah. Because outsiders taking the test probably come from theocracies, Aliadari. That's why there's religious questions. Yeah, probably. The UK doesn't have a constitution. That's crazy. Well, you have like an emperor, right? Like a queen or whatever, king. But I guess we're like part of the UK, so I have no idea how any of that works. A codified one anyway. I disagree with 19 personally. Should they be able to tolerate? True. I wonder what Ciclet would put here. It's against the law to disagree with one another? Or would he say, no, people only need to treat each other with respect if they agree with one another? Damn. Interesting. But that's just my opinion, says Ciclet. Congratulations, Leadari. True. I'm a genius. Now do a UK one. Oh boy. UK citizenship test. Practice. What the heck is this? They want me to get an app? Oh my god. Why are there so many buttons? What is this? This is a terrible website. Oh my god, it's timed? Oh no. When did the first... Oh no. Oh no. Why is this a... There's no way this is a real citizenship question, right? When did the First World War One ended? This... Okay, that is a terrible website. Okay. It's not even phrased properly. Book the Life in the UK test. What the hell is the Life in the UK test? Who knows? Come on, Elite R, you can do it. I feel like you're just like lagging behind for some reason, Kyle, because I've moved on from that. I guess The Guardian is like somewhat famous. Okay. Which landmark is a prehistoric monument which still stands in the English country of Wiltshire? I guess Stonehenge. Oh my god, it's literally the first thing. Yeah, I didn't even read it. That's the only one I've ever heard of. I'm a genius. Okay, Stonehenge. What is the name of the admiral? Oh, I'm not going to know this. The admiral who died in a sea battle in 1805 and has a monument in Trafalgar Square, London. Well, there's no way it's Cook, because Captain Cook came to Australia. Drake sounds like an 1800s surname, so maybe. Nelson doesn't sound too British, so I don't know. And Rayleigh, never heard of them. Drake is the answer. Oh, it's Nelson. God, I'm an idiot. Okay. In 18... How many questions are there, by the way? Okay, 10. We can do 10. In 1801, a new version of the official flag of the United Kingdom was created. What is it often called? Well, I've heard of the Union Jack. So I'm going to guess that. Oh, I'm a genius. Okay. Who is the patron saint of Scotland? Jesus. St. Patrick. I guess that's Ireland, right? St. Andrew. Okay, sorry. What flower is traditionally worn by people on Remembrance Day? A poppy, you know. It's an Australian thing. Which of these sporting events was... Olympics. I don't even have to read the rest of it. No, not the Commonwealth Games. Wait. Wasn't the Olympics? Am I crazy? I guess the Paralympic Games? Okay. At her Jubilee in 2012, how many years as Queen did Queen Elizabeth II celebrate? I could probably reverse engineer this, right? So she died, like, let's just say she died last year. I don't know how many years ago it was. Well, let's just say it was last year. Then... And she died at like 95, roughly. So 95 years before 2023. So let's just make it 2020. Would be the 1930s or something, roughly. That means she was born in the 1930s. And let's say she became... I don't know what age you become queen at. Let's say she became queen at like 40. Then that would make it 1970 is when she became queen. But that sounds a bit too early. So maybe, let's just say 1980 she became queen. Then in 2012, she would have been queen for 32 years. Let's go with 40. That's the answer. We've reverse engineered it. Okay, we're a bit off. Okay, 60. Well, I tried, okay. The second largest party in the House of Commons is usually... Oh my god, I know House of Commons from like Sherlock or something. The second largest party in the House of Commons is usually known by what name? The other side. That's genius. I hope it's the other side, but it's going to be the opposition. Damn. From what age can you be asked to serve on a jury? Probably 18, right? Yep. What is the title given to a person who chairs the debates in the House of Commons? Probably the leader of the House. Oh, the Speaker of the House. Or the Speaker of the House of Commons. I should have known. What do we get? 6 out of 10? That's not bad. I could basically become a citizen, right? Oh no, you've fallen below what the Home Office would consider a sufficient standard of general knowledge to qualify as British. Perhaps you should try again. Damn. It's a shame. I let you all down. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, interesting. The stream itself is delayed, I see. Because I was looking at it shows you like a preview of what's currently being streamed, and it is a bit behind. Interesting. All right. Come on, Alidar, you can do it. Don't read my messages late and blame me for being behind it. Blame me for being behind, idiot. This isn't very democratic values, is it? Liz Queen at 40? I don't know. When did she become queen? I have to wait. How old was Elizabeth when she became queen? 25? Jesus Christ. Was there no... Did the king die at like 25 or something? Who was the royal... What do you call the head? The monarch before Queen Elizabeth? Oh no. Google, why wouldn't you give me the correct... Like the easy answer here? Elizabeth. What is this photo? Were they... Were they still doing portraits when she was alive? How... Jesus, she's old. Did they not have cameras back then? In 1952? When was the camera invented? Oh my god. That's so funny. If this is like a tradition thing that they like paint... they paint the monarch, that's so funny to me. There's no way though, right? It must just be like the technology wasn't good enough back then. So George, what, did he die? Did he step down? Can you step down as the queen or the king? Is that possible? I don't know anything about the history, and I don't care about the history, right? Get rid of the monarchy. That's what I want. 1952. Wait, he doesn't know Cichlid. I knew she became queen in the 60s or something. I wasn't that far off, okay. Or I guess the 50s. 1952. Because her dad got assassinated. That's crazy. Murdered by his doctor. That's just like Michael Jackson or something, right? He did? Was King George V. So her granddad, I don't know. He was sick, so his doctor euthanized him. We only found out decades later in diaries. What a crazy history. Cameras are from the 1800s, bro. That's what I thought, but I don't know. Yes, Arya, you abdicate. Okay. Has anyone ever abdicated? King Edward Oh, well, there's my answer here. King David abdicated over some American bird, then secretly conspired to have Hitler to make him a puppet ruler. All right, well, this is crazy. Of course they get painted stupid. They're fancy. Yeah, but it's so funny. It'd be like an anime fan who, like, there's like a tradition of when like you're leader of the anime fandom, you got to make like an anime art of yourself or something. It's just so funny. I don't know why. I guess I know why. It's because it's just so goofy and like nerd-like. We love it. How executives think we watch movies. I think we've seen this before. One Piece lore versus Berserk lore. Dun dun dun. Official trailer 1. Really? They're coming out with more trailers? Should I just like react to this and upload it as a video on Ordinary Ari? I do need videos. I don't know what to put up. It's been a while, you know. The Acolyte episode 1. I guess I never really said anything about Acolyte, but you know what? No one here watches Star Wars, so what's the point, you know? Oh my god, it's Aaron firing a bow and arrow. Oh, I was also thinking, well, this is not going to happen. I also decided against this, but for my personal radar, I could just do like a wheel and actually spin this one on stream. Because there's like no benefit to just doing a video or anything. But also, I just like don't really want to spin a wheel. I just want to choose what I want to watch, I guess, from these options here. You know, soon, I guess we could remove Black Lagoon now, right? We'll do that later. Threads in Time, Spirited Away, Dor Hedor, The Wire, To Your Eternity, Death Parade, Akabi Sailor Uniform, Revolutionary Girl, Utena, Adolescence of Utena. Crazy. You're too anime brained. I don't think Royals compare. Yeah, they're funnier because they're like meant to be like serious and stuff. So, and the fact that they get fan art of themselves as like their official representation is so funny. Oh my god. Put up or shut up. True. All right. Is this a bunch of reactionary stuff? Well, not reactionary, but reacting stuff you want me to react to? I upset normal. We're not doing any of this chibi review stuff, all right? My god.
So I'm going to
Now, Nicholas Light TV, that's funny. All right. Twitter canceled. Oh my god. Kyle, I don't care about any of this Chainsaw Man discourse, okay?
The handling of
What is this? Male victims still aren't taken seriously. Anime culture and the genius of Chainsaw Man. Sounds interesting. But also, I don't. This discourse about sexual assault in Chainsaw Man, I just don't care at all. Okay? Like, very little interest in this. Well, you can watch the first few minutes, you know? Kyle, my PS2 Slim roared and scratched my ICO disc. You're right, they're dodgy. Jump into the discourse, Elite Ari, I told you. Man or bear, Elite Ari? Man or bear? In what context? Denji wanted it. In an abstract sense, he did. I don't know. Alright, let's watch this, I guess.
trauma suffered by male sexual assault victims has become an area of discourse online.
What do they make? Oh no. I don't know. I don't like the line delivery here.
And in real life, it's rarely ever productive or helpful. If another male is an abuser, most people with ideals of male strength and masculinity will look down on you.
I can't even. I can't watch this. Jesus. Now, Tyrone Magnus. That's a channel I can watch. Does he still react to stuff? I guess reaction. Crazy. What is this? Silent Hill 2 fans are big mad. Anyway. Boring. Denji, I read that already. Wait, have you not heard about man or bear discourse? I've heard about it, don't worry. I was just asking what context you're asking in. Man in the woods or bears in the woods? A man? Because I can, like, outrun a man or whatever? A bear, you're not going to get away from a bear, right? I guess, does the man have a weapon? Because a man with a weapon is probably more dangerous than a bear without a weapon, right? Like, if there's a man with a gun and he's chasing me, would I prefer that to a bear chasing me? I guess it would depend on the bear, right? Like, if it's just like a little black bear, then I'd be okay with that. But if it's like a brown bear or whatever, the big, like, whatever the big ones are, like, I'd be dead, right? And the man would probably just, like, kill me. The bear might, like, torture me. I wouldn't want to be tortured. I guess the gun would be a quicker death. So probably the man, I guess, still. Like, I don't know what the benefit of the bear would be. The only reason I'd choose a bear would be, like, if the man is armed with, like, a gun and like, a bunch of torture machines, I guess. What's Tyrone's most popular video? Let me think. Probably reacting to some viral video or trailer. Oh, wow. That's not what I was expecting. Marvel Legends series Infinity Gauntlet unboxing. I guess he's famous for being an unboxing channel. That's crazy. I had no idea. Reacting to Captain America's Civil War. I think I do this every time I watch a video of his, but Tyrone Magnus. How is this channel actually doing? Does he still get, like, subscribers? Jesus. All right, well, guess we'll go to the Mr. Beast one, since that one's useless. Tyrone Magnus. I guess this is useless too. Okay, well, thanks. Jesus Christ. I guess he deletes videos? I don't know. There's a big thing going around. Oh, I know the big thing. Don't worry. Women are asked whether they'd rather be stuck in a forest with a random man or a random bear, and they always pick the bear. That's a funny meme. I like that. They're so dishonest. I don't know. They could be honest. Or maybe they're just memeing, like on the ironic level, where like you can't even tell if they're memeing or not, which is what makes it funny. Cabrid says Pooh Bear. Pooh Bear's like, he's like really lazy. I could probably kill him easily, right? But also, why would I want to kill him? I'd probably just run away. That's like way easier. The bear in the big blue house. That's a terrifying bear. Like, that's a polar bear, right? Bear in the big blue house. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like a polar bear. Polar bear. No, not bar. Polar bear. Yeah, he looks like this. It's like the same thing. And I don't know anything about it, but I hear that polar bears are really dangerous, so I wouldn't want to fight a polar bear. Yogi Bear? That's terrifying. I would absolutely run away from that thing, but I'd be dead. He'd kill me easily. We believe in you, Ari. Thank you, Helios. Read my funny bear comment. Kyle, if it was, you probably said something about rape, I'm guessing, and it probably got censored because I can't see the message. I don't know. What was it? What was your funny thing? Say it again, but censor it a bit so I can actually read it, you know? He skipped it. It was so funny. Me and the bear are in the big blue house, go way back. All right, well, that's sick. All right, well. I guess we're back to this. Why is this Ruby thing still here? Why filler is a bad criticism. Ruby Volume 9. I just said fuck. Oh my god, crazy. You can't say that, Kyle. It's a banned word here, apparently. Okay, we did the AI thing. Where does Skyrim's rivers come from? Probably from the ocean, right? Is that where all rivers come from? I have no idea. I guess we can do the piracy thing. Why not?
Hey everybody, how's it going?
I don't know. But then I don't actually have like a take on piracy. What's like the... piracy. Thoughts on piracy. People make something. You should... I don't know. If someone makes something, puts in resources, wants to get back money for it, you should pay them for what they made, I guess. That's like the general thing, right? If someone makes something and it costs them money to make it, and they want to make money back from the thing they made and put time into, then I guess you should probably pay them. You shouldn't just steal their thing. But then the question would be, is piracy stealing? Which it would be you would deprive them of money, right? Like you deprive them of revenue, which I don't know if that's necessarily stealing, but it's like the negative consequence of stealing in this context. So, yeah, and we probably shouldn't encourage people to do that. I don't know. Piracy bad because people make thing, they get money for thing. You know, that's the real answer. But then, like, what are the exceptions? Is like, what do people say? People's arguments for piracy. Oh, piracy. If it's not available in your location, it's okay. If you weren't gonna buy it anyway, it's okay. Corporations are evil. It's okay. What else? Companies that have a monopoly can set any price for the thing they produce. Piracy is okay. Okay. Are these like the main things? Is there anything I'm missing that's like really obvious that's like gone over my head? So I guess the first one I can understand and I probably would agree with it, I think. There's no real harm there except for the... Is esoteric the word? Wait. Esoteric. It's definitely not esoteric. Is it ephemeral? That can't be right either. Ephemeral. No, it's not that either. Okay, there's no... The only real harm here is the thing about deepfakes and identity and stuff, which is like a better term for this, right? The intellectual property thing. People should have control over their reputation, I guess, or something. Like if someone doesn't want to have something that they made be in the hands of a particular group of people, then they, I don't know, they should probably have that right not to have it. I don't know. But then maybe you shouldn't, because then that would encourage like racism and stuff. I don't know. But generally, I think I get this one about the location. I guess I also get the if you're not going to buy it anyway thing. However, I feel in most cases people will, like this, you can't really know this, I guess. If you truly knew that someone was not going to get it anyway, then I guess it's okay, but I feel like in reality you can just never know, right? Corporations are evil, so piracy is okay. I would say even if a corporation is evil, I would say that piracy still isn't okay, right? So I feel like that's like a completely irrelevant point. And then companies that have a monopoly can set any prices for the things they produce. Piracy is okay. I would say no to that because if people are like, if they're going to make money from something, well, it depends. Okay. I was going to say, obviously if they're charging a certain price and people are still paying for it, then it's like, okay, right? Like it's okay for them to charge that price. But then you're going to say like, if the thing is necessary, like some medical thing, then, and people need access to it, then they'll pay an infinite amount of money to get it. So that's why I guess a monopoly. In this case, I can maybe understand piracy for a monopoly or something. So I don't know. I guess that's my trying to think about this. That's what I would say about all this. Okay. Kyle says, I'm finna steal everything. Perfect. Piracy bad unless it's unavailable in region, I guess. Yeah, that's probably true. And I guess I can also maybe understand the monopoly thing, but I'm not sure about it. Because I feel like you don't want the situation where, like, say you need a piece of software to save your life, and it's like an essential part of your life going forward. You have some terminal illness, and the only way to survive for the rest of, like, the next 20 years is to have some particular piece of software. It's probably not right for a particular company to be able to charge you any amount for that. There should be some, like, fixed reasonable amount, and maybe piracy would be acceptable in that situation because it's a monopoly. I don't know, but maybe not. I don't know. I'm saying I don't know a lot because you know what? I actually don't know. If companies won't play by the rules, neither will I, says Kyle. I don't think that's how society functions, Kyle. There is no ethical consumption under capitalism. What does it even mean? There's no ethical consumption. You can't consume things. What about food? What about water? Water. I need water. Surely I can consume water, right? And that's like ethical. Which companies have a monopoly over TV shows and movies in current day? No one? I don't think. Which is, I don't think this monopoly thing, because I'm just thinking about like this video, and I know what he's like big about, like tractors and stuff, and tractors have like some proprietary software for their tractors or whatever. So I can see why like piracy of that kind of software might be necessary if your entire life depends on the tractor working. Piracy is morally justified after Telstra. Oh my god, it's an Australian thing. Crazy. Telstra locked customer purchases behind new hardware. Piracy is morally justified after Telstra locked customer purchases. What does that even mean? How can you lock a purchase behind new hardware? I guess saying that you can only buy a particular piece of software if you own a particular device. Like how you can only buy high quality versions of movies if you're using Chrome as a browser from YouTube or whatever, because then they have the piracy protection built in. Which I think I would disagree with that assessment. I don't know. That company not following the rules is going to be what the video is about. Also, water comes from like water plant. No, what if you just like go to a lake and like consume water and you just like bottle it yourself, right? Also, water comes from like water plants that take advantage of the third world countries. I don't know. Maybe not. Also, it founds, I'm assuming you mean funds, it funds companies, and companies are exploitative, therefore there is no ethical consumption under capitalism. Can't you like create a company? Why is it exploitative? I don't understand that bit. Why are companies inherently exploitative? The workers are being exploited. I can see why workers could be exploited, but why are they necessarily exploited is I guess the question. I think spending money on superfluous entertainment is highly unethical because you were saying, I don't care about Palestine or Yemen and starving people. I want Netflix. True. Sicklet's right. Consumption doesn't literally mean consumption. Lead RE. What is I assume consumption is like economic activity, right? Like buying something would be consumption. That's what I assumed. Lully Kawaii retracted a message. Oh no. I don't know what that means, but you said something, I'm sure. Read Marx, bro? No, I'm good. All right. It means paying for this, Elite Ari. That's what I said. True. Slay Ari, thank you. I'm so glad you're encouraging me here. Engage with the debate, Ari. I'm trying. What am I not engaging on here? I'm trying to understand what is necessarily evil or exploitative about companies. Workers are exploited inherently because they aren't getting a bit of the profits. But they're getting paid for their work, right? Why should they necessarily get profits? If you've accepted that I'm going to work a certain number of hours and I'm going to get paid for those certain number of hours, and you accepted that contract, then why are you getting exploited for not getting profits of like the company? I don't understand that. Something about labor? I don't know. I feel like we've had this discussion before and I just haven't really understood it properly or enough. I don't know. Forgetting a buzzword here. Parliamentary democracy, but workplace dictatorship. True. All right.
Going. Hope you're having a lovely day. In today's episode of You Will
I am having a lovely day. Thank you for
Nothing and Be Happy. Right. I'm your host, Louis Rossman. Today we're going to be talking about a very interesting article that came out in The Guardian. It says my whole library is wiped out. What it means to own movies and television in the age of streaming services.
Ciclet, you're like you're familiar with the UK, right? Is The Guardian a good outlet or whatever? I know that, for instance, the Daily Mail is like terrible, and I don't think I've ever seen a good thing come from the Daily Mail. But is The Guardian good?
Age of streaming services. What I find interesting about this article is that...
Or is that American? I don't know. I just assume it's British. I don't know why.
It's not something that's in Reddit's r/piracy. It's not something on Slashdot. This is something that's in a paper that tends to cover politics and modern news, natural disasters, war, stuff like that. It doesn't really cover the intricacies of the concept of ownership, and particularly when it comes to this type of technically savvy stuff, that for the most part, lots of normal users are just not aware.
I feel like this might be a video later on. I might need to put on one time. So you're saying a lot of stuff quickly.
And many people don't care about. On this channel, I've been going over for a very long time how when you purchase something, you are often treated worse. You are treated like a second-class citizen, like a criminal, like a child you are expecting to misbehave based on prior mischief. When you...
That's true. Oh my God. Then the best example of this for me is when I go out of my way, I'm like, I want to support these services. I love it. I want to purchase. I want to rent Triplets of Belleville. I love it. I'm excited. I want to support YouTube and the beautiful people who made this movie. I'm going to buy it on YouTube for $5 or whatever. Rent it, the nice HD version, not the SD version. And I go to play it in Firefox and it's like, well, guess what? You paid for the HD version, the 1080p version, but because you don't have the anti-DRM protection on it, you're limited to 480p. And if you went and pirated it, it would be a nice 1080p and crisp and beautiful, but no, you're suffering because of your nice, legal, official way that you decided to watch this thing. So I hate that, but yeah.
You actually pay for the media. Whereas when you pirate the media, you get a better experience. If we're talking about Reason, they took a perpetual license and took away your ability to use it and actually had the gall to call customers names when they thought that this was ridiculous and that they wanted their money back for their perpetual license. Over here, you have Netflix upcharging people for 4K access to content. If I were to pirate that content, I could get it in high bitrate, high resolution for free, watch it any way I want. But because I was an idiot and chose to use Netflix, you can only watch it on a smart TV, which essentially is engineered to spy on you, as I went over in that video, based on screenshots from the actual television, or we're talking about you having to have a computer.
What do you mean by spy on you? Wait. There's literally a thing where it tells you that they're like looking at your stuff. Wait, how is that spying? Wait, am I crazy? Isn't like spying when you're doing it without knowing? Wait. Or what does spying mean? Oh, it just means like watching you carefully? Discern or make out, especially by careful observation? Oh, I guess people don't like. Okay, I guess that makes more sense. Okay.
That video based on screenshots from the actual television, or we're talking about you having to have a computer with HDCP and Windows 11 and this monitor and this.
True. Oh my God, he's expressing the hate that I was just telling.
This graphics card and this processor. Because God forbid you use a computer of your choice to watch the content that you bought and paid for. You silly consumer. Or we're talking about someone just stealing content out of customers' libraries because they call it a purchase, but on page 21 of their end user license agreement in terms of service, they say what you're purchasing is actually a revocable license they can take away at any given time to the content that they are supplying you temporarily. That's not what ownership used to mean. Or we're talking about.
So the funny thing is that he is speaking truth right here, and I completely agree with him. And I would still pay for this stuff because I want to support like the companies that are doing this, you know, because of my nice ethical position about when someone puts money to make something, I should probably support them for the thing that they made, you know. Or means of production. I have heard that word before, that term before. Make it make sense. I wish. That's what I was missing. Congratulations, Elite Ari. You beat up socialism. Great job. Thank you. You're welcome. You know, it's all the debates I have on DGG, of course. You know, it's refined my edge. Yeah, The Guardian is good. Left-leaning, but not insane. Okay. Daily Mail is mental. Yeah, I don't... And the reason I guess I know this, over the years, you get like a bunch of stuff in the Daily Mail, and every time I've like went and checked like the headline, I'm like, this is crazy. This is not at all what like the article is about. Or like if it is, like... it's just completely not true. But the thing I was thinking of is how every now and then the H3 podcast will like have like some insane topic with an insane like headline, and they just like take it at face value and they talk about the topic for like 20 minutes. And throughout the topic, they'll be like, oh, and this comes from a Daily Mail article. And I'm like, oh my God, no, what? Like, you're insane. That, oh God, I hate the H3 podcast. Them and their news is crazy, but I love them. They're funny. They're great. We love Ethan Klein and his comedy. It's fantastic. Did I ever do the tier list for the H3 cast members? Let's see. Hopefully, H3 fans don't see this because they would not be happy, I guess. I don't know. H3 podcast. Do they make? I wonder if they even is H3 crew. Would there be like a tier list for this? H3 podcast crew. Oh boy, I don't even know if I could recognize half of these. Let's see. Actually, this could be mildly interesting. I could do that actually, maybe. How do you watch 480p shit on a big monitor? That's crazy. I don't know. It's fine. We can do it right now if you want. Let's do it. 480p. It's not that different, right?
Amazon, where when you purchase an ebook, if you...
It's just like a little bit worse. And it's annoying because you paid for it is the main thing. Arya sent a much more interesting video, Vosh video. I don't like him, but it's interesting. Politics 101. Oh boy. Bro, Sky News Australia is crazy. Oh yeah, I've heard of that actually. I think I saw something about, they had the comedian guy or whatever, the Isaac guy, and they were circle jerking about something. I don't know, it was weird. It's nothing like Sky News in the UK. UK Sky News is impartial. Okay. But yeah, is here saying sup. Sky News in Australia is really terribly right wing. Yeah, that's my limited experience, what I've seen. I watch it to laugh sometimes. Jesus. All right. Well, I think we'll continue. Wait, oh my God, it's an hour long. It's from Vosh. Jesus, 3 years ago.
That's not what ownership used to mean. Or we're talking about Amazon, where when you purchase an ebook, if you move from country to country, you cannot take your book with you. Let's talk about today's story. Today's story
is that's terrible.
Story of Vicky Russell. Vicky Russell spent over $2,000 buying content online. And because it says purchase on the page, she actually was stupid enough, just like me at one point in time, to believe that what you were doing was owning something. I think every one of us at some point in time, we're stupid enough, we're tricked enough, we're naive enough to believe that when we bought something, we actually owned it. She spent $2,500 on all this different media, and she was told one day by Telstra, well, they're shutting down the service, it's going to be moving over to Fetch, so unless you spend extra money to buy hardware for Fetch, that $2,500 of stuff that you purchased, yeah, you don't actually own it and have access to it. Now, they did after this made its way to the press. And
it's like kind of interesting, I guess. I don't know. This is like the whole Amazon, you buy something on Amazon and then it gets taken off the library and you can't watch it anymore, right? It's been done before. But this time, I guess it's special because you need new hardware to access it. I mean, obviously I'm against this, but like, I don't know. I still feel like the issue here is the language, right? They shouldn't be deceptive about it. Like when they say purchase, they should just say like you're acquiring a limited license to see it, I guess, for an unspecified period of time, which I'd be fine if they changed that. I still wouldn't be in favor of pirating it. Like you shouldn't just be able to pirate something just because a company is deceptive or evil. They should be punished for the deception. But that doesn't make the piracy morally right, I don't think. I can't even watch a 1080p thing on my monitor. It looks bad. That's crazy. But, you know, I have a 4K monitor, so, you know, I don't struggle with these things. I just watch everything in 4K. Just watch as much as you can. That'll be like 2 minutes, I'm sure. I watch Black Lagoon episodes on half a window with the notes on the other half. That's crazy. Well, that's not actually crazy, but I have like 3 monitors, so I just put my notes on the left monitor. Unless you torrent something, it'll look bad on full screen. That's crazy. Crunchyroll especially is like, it's just 1080p. It looks great. It's like constant quality as well. Like defeatably bad. Like I can't handle it. How can I be like you, Walid, Ari? You just look at the monitor. That's what you do. Vote with your money, Ari. I do. That's why I support these services, you know? Actually, no, it's not why I support them, I guess. I guess it kind of is. It's like a mix of things. It's like the basic idea that I want to support the people making the things. I want to give them money. But I guess generally I do support the creation of like the widespread easy access or methods of providing the creators with money. Like I like the idea of someone who made something being picked up by like a YouTube or Netflix or something. I do like that idea, and I would like to encourage that by like supporting those services, I guess. Generally, I do like it. I don't know. I guess I should probably think more about this, because I do have a very strong stance on it. Like when it comes to the wheel at the end of every month, I make sure that I like something is available legally. But I think that's more about like it probably more is about the moral position of like, if someone makes something, they should be paid for it. I don't know. But then you could say that they are being paid for it by the company who's acquired their like rights to distribute it. So I don't know. I think I've got a 4K monitor too. Maybe. Crunchyroll looks okay, but slightly off. I think there would be, unless you're like downloading Blu-ray rips, then I think Crunchyroll would be pretty much as good as you're going to get in terms of quality. Even then, the Blu-ray would have a higher bit rate than Crunchyroll, but I would be shocked if it made much of a difference. On my laptop, it looked good. That's great. Thanks, Kyle. What's with the Ari logo next to Kbrid? Oh, that means he's a YouTube member. Just saw the pay to win BS. True. Oh my God. For $1 a month or $3 a month, you can get an emoji or a nice badge next to your name. And that badge, believe it or not, it actually changes the longer you're a member. So after you've been a member for a month, it's no longer white. It actually turns into a nice, I don't know, bronze or something. And then in future months, it like evolves and becomes silver and gold. And eventually, if you're like a legendary YouTube member for like 6 months or something, I don't know how many months, so don't take that on face value, you get a rainbow badge next to it. Crazy. I don't know what's happening, Elite Ari, but it's the truth, bro. Okay. I'm a YouTube member, you are. $1.49. True. I set it as $1 US and $3 US. And for some reason, what's like the Google membership prices currency? I think it like changes it. Like they give you like a nice defined app pricing thing here, maybe. Oh, what is this? Why is this website taking so long? Okay, wait. Oh, I'm thinking YouTube membership, not Google. Jesus. Yeah, you get like a nice conversion thing here, which is pretty cool. So if you do, I think it is 90, maybe it isn't 99 cents, but it probably, yeah. You get 140 Australian, or you get the 3 USD, which is 4 Australian dollars. So those are the prices. All right. I'm on the higher tier too. Oh, that's great. And that means you have a bunch of emojis you can send right now. You should send them. Don't lie. I would never lie. I repay my workers, guys. True. All right, let's go back to 1080p here. Also, I don't know if I'm I think I've just got the gist of what I mean. Oh, artificial intelligence. Oh my God.
There was this thing made about it. Finally, give her the box for free that you would need to utilize the new service. But that's beside the point. Every single time a company does this thing, or when you complain about them doing something shitty, when you complain about them doing something that's scummy, immoral, unethical,
they call you dumb or something.
And occasionally just against the law, they treat you really nicely, like that guy that had a Samsung TV knifed. What it usually means is that they pay for that goodwill out of the money that they fleeced from everybody else. For every person that is getting a box for free because she contacted The Guardian, there are 1,000 people that are paying $200 to get back the thousands of dollars of media they already bought and paid for. And the sad thing is that in spite of
True, the corporations are evil. We got it, guys. We figured it out. The corporations are evil. So therefore, we can pirate their stuff. We love it. Anyway, all right. The H3 crew members. All right, obviously we got Ethan Klein. He's the best. He's the funniest. We love him. I guess there's like a bunch of people who just like randomly show up. AB's pretty great. He's the researcher, generally he's the researcher, gives you like fact checking stuff. I think he's okay with the fact checking stuff. He's better than like other podcasts I've listened to, but he makes quite a few mistakes as well, and he rushes sometimes to like kind of fact check stuff. He's also really funny, so I like him a lot. Who's an actual crew member here? Will I even recognize them? Cam was the meme guy. He was okay. He felt a bit... He's like more recent and he departed quite recently, but the memes were kind of funny. I didn't really... Because I don't really look at the screen that much. A lot of the time I didn't really know what he was doing. And also he's kind of... occasionally he would get into the left-wing echo chamber, kind of progressive echo chamber kind of thing, which bothered me a little bit, but I don't know, it wasn't too bad. It's like a C. Dan's great. Maybe S. Probably A. He's the producer and like he's kind of like the he'd be on Ethan's level or like slightly below Ethan's level in terms of like authority and control over the show. But he's great. He's entertaining. He can be funny. His interactions with Ethan are great because he's like close to an equal with him. Again, he can kind of fall into the, I guess more for the show's sakes. He tries to keep things less controversial and kind of have very safe opinions. And he is also quite incredibly like in support of not communism, socialism or whatever. So there's that. But you know what? I like him. He's great. Who else is there? Fresh and fit. Hassan. Hassan is entertaining when he was, at least on the leftovers that I watched. The thing that, I know, actually, you know what? He was entertaining, but incredibly frustrating because of the, I don't even know what to say. He probably would be, no, he's entertaining. He'd be B. Oh, God. He is like the embodiment of the H3 problem, which is that they have very strong opinions and they won't even question if they're well-founded or anything. And he also has the issue of like, and this is just, I'm not talking about Hassan in general, I'm talking about Hassan on the H3 leftovers thing. He always has the issue of not sticking to his beliefs very strongly. Like he'll have a strong stance and then Ethan will like call him out on it, but he won't kind of stick to it that much. And I'm also not talking about like the more recent stuff when it comes to, I don't know, like copyright or whatever they've debated, like Israel, Palestine. That's not really what I'm talking about. I'm talking about historically, like even if you go watch, if anyone actually cares about this, go watch the first appearance of Hassan on the H3 podcast, maybe like 6 or 7 years ago, before they did leftovers, before anything. Go watch that and you'll understand immediately what I mean. Where it's like he has strong opinions. He doesn't really have it. He doesn't explain them very well. He doesn't stick by them when challenged. Like you should absolutely go check that out. That kind of lowers my opinion of it a bit, but he's entertaining. So, you know, B. Healer, I liked her a lot more, but these days she kind of echoes the chat quite a bit. Like she's reading out what people are reading from the chat, and it kind of bothers me a little bit because when like Ethan says something or when they're talking about something a little bit controversial, she'll kind of echo the chat's opinion, and it just bothers me. And she can be funny sometimes, but a lot of the time she's kind of bland, I guess, generally. I don't know. I used to like her a lot more, but over time it's been a little bit more annoying when she's like reading the chat too much. Lena, she doesn't say too much. I think she's more of a behind the scenes thing. But whenever she does say stuff, it's kind of funny on the same level as Cam, so I guess I'd put her here. That is Lena, right? I don't know. Also, no one here has probably seen the H3 podcast, so I don't know why I'm doing this, but I heard that's Lena. Also, I haven't seen, I don't watch them that much by looking at them, so I just recognize their voices and their names. Who else is there? Is that Love? I don't know. Probably not. Mr. Beast. Is this Olivia? I can't even tell. If this is Olivia, she is very... I guess... Oh, no. Oh, I can't... Okay, This is a terrible idea. Why am I doing this list? I don't want to be mean. She's entertaining sometimes. She wouldn't be on like the dealer, which is never boring. She also sometimes does research, and I think the research is not as strong as like sometimes when AB does it, which also he's not like the best at it. I mean, he's not like perfect. But sometimes her research is a little bit lacking. But she's entertaining, It's not terrible to see. I can't do this. Oh no, I shouldn't have done this. These are people, and I feel bad because I'm like rating people here, but I'm rating them as performers on a podcast, so it's okay. Sam, she also doesn't say that much. She'd be similar to Lena, I guess. I feel like there's like so many people I'm just missing or just aren't on this list. And Zach's fantastic. He'd be A. He's the sound bites. The sound bites make the show great, as good as they are, so it's great that he's there. All right, A. I guess Ethan's the only S. I guess Dan could be moved up a little bit, but who am I missing? Love? This must be Love, right? It doesn't really look like him. Assuming this is Love. Love is a... I don't even know why he's on the show, but he's very funny. At one point, he's like, I guess, very online, so he knows a lot of like online streamer culture and like online social media culture and stuff. He used to have more of a sane kind of voice where he would not be as extreme in terms of the political talk, but in the past few months, I guess, he's become very extreme. Like he'd be maybe the most extreme in terms of like the political, well, the strength of his convictions when it comes to political statements. So it moves him down a little bit, but probably B. And that's that. That's the H3 podcast list. Okay. There's probably some people I'm just forgetting, but that's the gist of the podcast crew. Anyway, sorry guys. I know none of you have watched the H3 podcast or care about it, but those are my opinions. And also, I could do all these. I recognize some of these. That's I don't know, some family, whatever. 2 people, they broke up or something. It's Adam Ross. I think that's Ethan's dead dog, Shredder, I think. Well, no, this is Shredder. I don't know who this is then. Alfredo or something, another dog he has. No idea who that is. If I were to guess, this is either... I've never seen them, but I would guess this is either iDubbbz's girlfriend or David Dobrik's girlfriend or something. I don't know. No idea. Andrew Tate, the guy who like heals Brutzo or something, who heals you by looking at you. The Bradbury brothers, Bradley Martin, some fitness influencer guy. No idea. Is this Brittany Broski or something? I don't know. No idea who this is. Don't know who that is. David Dobrik. No clue who this is. I should probably zoom in. That's Ethan's mum. That's Dr. something. He's like a doctor. Dr. Itz or something. That's like a lawyer, I think. Fresh and Fit, of course. We had a debate. Crazy. I think that's Ethan's dad, but I haven't seen him, and he looks a lot older than the last time I saw him, so maybe not. I have no idea who this is. Oh, Ian. Oh my god. Ian is S. He's the switcher, I think. That's like his main role, where he's like switching between the different camera views and all that, and he probably does a bunch of like technical stuff in the background. He is really funny. He never has any political take, which is probably what's best about him, but he's just so funny. He has the very dry sense of humor where he like doesn't emote too much when he's saying things, but he's so funny. He's very good at his job, like in terms of making the show really good, in the same way that Zach is like really good at sound bites. Ian is definitely ass. My goodness. Okay. That's iDubbbz, right? James Charles. The makeup guy. Who is this, guys? He sells makeup. I don't remember. Jimmy Lee, some dentist guy. I have no idea who this is. Jordan Peterson, Joe Rogan, Keemstar, DJ Khaled, Liver King. I think that's Hitler's brother, I think. Mr. Beast, Nick Carter something. Ninja, no idea who that is. This is a lawyer again, I think. Papa John, Philip DeFranco, Pokimane, Post Malone, I think. No idea. Shirtless Eddie. That garage guy, whatever. In my garage or whatever. Is that Tana Mojo or whatever her name is? No idea who that is. Trisha Paytas. I don't remember his name, but he's the Joel Biden. That guy, Joel Biden. Muhammad something or Ali something. I don't know. Bernie Sanders, which, oh my god, the other day I saw this. Oh, we're not going to get into this. Oh, no, you know what? Yeah, wait, Reddit. Was it Reddit? Twitter? Bernie Sanders. I saw this on Twitter or something. Chipotle CEO money? It was really dumb. Or maybe I missed something, just how dumb it was. It was from 2022. I also don't know if he actually tweeted this. Maybe he didn't, but it was about how, like, Chipotle increasing its profits by 181% last year to $764 million, giving its CEO a 137% pay rise to $38 million in 2020, and blaming the rising costs on a burrito or minimum wage worker who got a 50-cent pay rise. That's not inflation, that's price gouging. And like, firstly, I tried to see if it actually went up to 130% raise to $38 million, and I couldn't check that out. It didn't seem like that's the case. But surely he's like, there's no way that he's wrong about that. So I have to have missed something. But then also, if you do the calculation, just like a really basic calculation, 50 cents for their like 80,000 workers or something is like a ridiculous increase, way more than the CEO is getting paid. It just didn't make any sense to me. I was like, Jesus, like, I know this is, as far as I understand, he's like a smart person who a lot of people agree with, but this is crazy to me. And I couldn't believe it. So it's either it's a fake tweet, I'm missing context, I'm just wrong is also possible, or he's like insane, and I couldn't believe it. Crazy. Anyway. Bernie Sanders. No idea who this is. Oh, is that Wendy Williams, maybe? That's Gabe. Uncle Gabe, whatever. Will Smith. And next you see I'm a genius. Okay, I got them all. Okay. Anyway. Oh boy. What do I read now? I repay my workers, guys. Yes, we do. And then Kyle's using every emoji, which is a Ymir, an Eris, me with a big brain, and Mikasa. Your bed is disproportionately small compared to your room size. Oh, also, there's like... I don't know if you can see it. What do I move? There's 2 pillows on my bed, because I bought 2 new pillows, and you can machine wash them, so hell yeah. So they're sitting on my bed drying. Well, they're not drying. They were dried in the dryer, but now they're like a little bit just extra drying, you know? But yeah, my bed is pretty small. Also, this, you guys don't know this, because I don't think I've ever showed this, but my camera is incredibly wide. So technically... where's the walls here of this camera? In OBS, I've significantly cropped this camera. So if I were to uncrop it, you would see the entire room, like end to end, top to bottom. You would see the whole thing. It's incredibly zoomed in. So that's kind of that's probably why it makes the background look really small, because it's like a really big like fisheye lens kind of thing. Crazy. Some of these emojis look familiar. True, they are. But they're all made by me, so I'll take them. Big Brain RE right now. True. Game over. Some other emoji. Streaming services should be nationalized. Maybe. I don't know what effect that would have. That'd be really funny, though. It is crazy when you go to another country and they just have so much different stuff. Like, I remember when I went to India, Netflix in India had, like, basically every anime you could possibly think of, because there was no Crunchyroll there. They just had like every anime. It was crazy. And also like Steam games there were insanely cheap. Like I'm talking about like less than $1 for like games that would be like $30 in Australia. It was insane. Argument for corporations would factor piracy into their revenue and profit projections and are mostly still profitable, so probably don't need your money. It may be needed more by the individual. I guess that makes sense. But from my perspective, as someone who wants to support them, I probably like who wants to get more of those corporations that are making these things or support them, I probably should still support them. Even if they don't need my money, they should be encouraged by my money, I guess. Dan, yeah, true. His name is Dan. I don't condone. Oh, Java update available. I found a video. True, I did see you. Someone linked something. Or I guess both of you linked something. You could be watching Shogun right now. True. How many of these motherfuckers are there? True. There's a lot. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But I guess Cam quit or retired or whatever. So 11. Why did Ethan kill his dog? He didn't. The dog died from, I don't know, it had some illness or kidney failure or something. I don't know. He was very sad about it. He was legitimately very sad about it. He got like a tattoo of the dog now on his arm. So yeah. That's iDubbbz' girlfriend, bro. I'm a genius. Okay. The harlot, says Kyle. Who won the debate, Ari? What debate? What debate was I possibly talking about? I have no idea. Whoa, Ari, why aren't you watching that Vouch video? Just a bit. Because I got a Hates 3 tier list to do here. Oh wow, it's D-Day. That's crazy. Or corporations are bad, Elite Ari. It is D-Day. Ciclet, the king gave a speech. How exciting. We love the king. We don't. I was being ironic and joking. I don't love the king. I think his general argument is that a company complaining about minimum wage increase while making record profits is immoral. I guess, yeah, if you're saying the complaining about it, then I would agree. But I think it's pretty fair to, I mean, I'm sure everyone would agree with this, that a 50-cent pay rise across a very large number of people could be a reason to be against the pay rise, right? Like, now that I think about it, there's no way. He is very clearly saying in here that he is against the CEO getting, I think I stand by what I was saying. Corporate greed. He's talking about greed here because the implication is that they're giving the money to the CEO instead of the workers, because it would be cheaper to give the workers, or equivalent to give the workers, like a 50-cent pay rise. Like, instead of giving the CEO money, the money the CEO is making should be going to the workers. But if you do the calculations, it would come out to like way less than 50 cents. It'd be like, I don't even know, but like maybe like 10 cents or like 5 cents or something, I think, if you were to distribute. I did the calculations before, but it was like something really small. So his logic just doesn't make any sense here. It's like, I don't know. I would completely disagree with this. I don't know. What do I know? I know about AI. That's basically it. Nothing else. And some anime. I know a lot about some anime. 2 pillars, a boyfriend reveal. No, 2 pillars, because you got to have a nice pillar that's the main pillar. And then every now and then, if you need to wash the actual pillar, you can swap it out for the other pillar, you know? But then again, you could just like wash it and dry it in the same like 3-hour period and just use the same pillar. So I don't know. I don't have an excuse. The real answer is that when I bought it on Amazon, it came with 2 pillars, and it was like $18 or something. It was a bargain. It's me, chat. The jig's up. Okay, uncrop it. I will never uncrop it because it's insane. I don't actually. I'd probably have to test it to see what you can see. I don't think I have anything private. I guess I could show you. The room is like empty. No, but if I uncrop it, it's gonna mess up my OBS thing. No, I'll do it next time. Because should a company really focus on maximizing profits while its workers are suffering significant inflationary pressure? Should they? I don't know. That would be the government's role, right? I don't know if a company should focus on I don't know, maybe. I guess I could be convinced. I don't know. But I feel like that's more a government role than a company role to care about the inflationary pressure on the workers. I don't know, maybe. Well, we'll see your guitar. I don't have a guitar. Do I have a guitar? I don't think I have anything in this room. You'd see my, like, toothbrush. But you've probably seen that if you looked at my September digest. Let's go back to that. We can get a nice glimpse at my room here. You can see my toothbrush. No, my toothbrush, my toothpaste, and my tissue box. Well, hello everyone. And me staring into your soul. Best Elite Ari doesn't get the reference. No, I don't. Businesses should want the public to have... Oh, geez, I just saw my own face in the top left because I'm like, why did I just zoom in? It's because of the video. Businesses should want the public to have more money to spend. True. Bet Elite Ari doesn't get the reference. Yeah, I don't. Okay. Crazy how everything in Australia is twice as expensive. Is that true? I guess because of the currency? I don't know. There probably aren't that many Chipotle workers. I don't know. There's a lot. I don't know about wage workers. I mean, I don't know, actually. When you Google it, it says like they have 100,000 employees, but that'd be like... It could range from anything. But then Bernie Sanders is probably talking about all those employees, right? Like all that aren't executive level. I would imagine. I don't know. Tens of thousands? I don't know. You can check this if you want. You don't know shit about anime, Elidar. Yeah, that's why I said I know stuff about some anime. I didn't say all anime because I don't know that many. I've only seen 60 anime, you know? I mean, he's saying that the CEO and workers got price increases, but the company are blaming raising prices on the workers' pay rise. And I would say that it's pretty fair to say that the raising workers' pay is a way larger cost to the company than raising the CEO's, whatever, what do you call it when they, I don't know what the name is, the money that the CEO makes. But then there's like a whole, I don't want to go into it, there's like a whole other thing about like how I don't think the CEO is actually making a higher salary or anything. I think they're just like being paid based on profits from the company or something, right? I don't know. But I don't know anything about that, so I wouldn't really want to rely on that. I don't think that's the case. I think you're saying that company is giving the CEO a massive pay rise, probably significantly larger in terms of percentage versus workers getting $50 per hour is wrong. Let's see. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Corporate greed is Chipotle increasing... So corporate greed, okay, is Chipotle increasing its profits by 181% last year, giving its CEO a 137% pay rise, and blaming the rising cost of a burrito on a minimum wage worker who got a 50-cent pay rise. That's not inflation, that's price gouging. Maybe I'm missing, maybe the last sentence is what saves it because I don't really understand it. I also don't know the context of what they've said to blame the rising cost on a burrito on minimum wage worker. Like what I'm imagining in my head as someone who hasn't seen like anything about this discourse besides this one tweet is that Chipotle is coming out in like a press, not a press, whatever you call their quarterly earnings report or whatever, and they're coming out saying, so we needed to increase the cost of our burrito, and one of the biggest factor, or one of the major factors in doing that, alongside a bunch of other things, but the main reason is that we wanted to increase or whatever the reason, we were forced to by the government or because of inflation we had to, whatever, I don't know. We increased our workers' pay by 50 cents or something, and that was a significant source of expenditure within the company, because obviously it would account to that. If you have 50,000 employees, increasing them by 50 cents per hour is a ridiculous amount. So we're increasing the cost of the burrito to account for that. And to me, that seems like a very, that doesn't seem evil to me. That seems understandable. But the way this is framing it is that the hypocrisy here is that in that situation, they're also increasing the pay of the CEO to be much, much larger than the amount of money that they made they lost by raising the pay of the employees by 50 cents per hour. But when I went and tried my best to do the calculation, it seemed like the cost of the 50 cents was way larger than the cost of the CEO. Now that's my understanding of what he's saying here, but I could be very wrong on the assumptions, and if I am, then let me know, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. That's as clear as I can probably explain my point of view, I guess. It would make workers more productive. Yeah, maybe. It could work. And should both either be... Okay, wait a minute. Okay. I don't think that's the case. I think he's saying that a company is giving its CEO a massive pay rise, probably significantly larger in terms of percentage versus workers getting... No, I think the percentage is... Oh, I guess what you're saying... Okay, I understand what you're saying. You're saying because there's one person getting a much larger percentage versus a bunch of people getting a much smaller percentage. Yeah, I understand that. And you could say that's unfair, but to say that they're blaming it on the wrong thing, I don't think that's not corporate greed. I think that's just you can completely understand why they would blame the 50-cent pay rise, because it sounds small. Oh my God, it's only 50 cents. But when you have a very large number of people, obviously that 50 cents adds up, and it's a very valid reason to have much higher expenses within your company, which would want you to increase the cost of your products, right? I think that makes sense, and that wouldn't be greed. That would be like calculations. I don't know, economics. I don't know. Bernie Sanders is the government. True, he is, right? He's or used to be a member of some Senate or something. I don't know. And should both either be proportional, or that the company should just absorb the cost of the minimum wage increase given they're already making record profits. And it should both either be proportional, or that the company should just absorb the cost of the minimum wage increase given that they're making record profits. Yeah, I can understand saying it's can I understand that? Saying it's unfair that a CEO... This feels like... No, I think what you're saying is a more logical argument, which makes sense to me, which is that the CEO getting a significantly larger portion of money the next year compared to the employees is an unfair thing. I can understand that, and that's a more reasonable argument. I don't think that's what he's saying here. I think he's saying that the company is evil because they've decided to account for their increased expenses by paying their employees more. I've explained this, what my take on this the whole time, but I guess I'm just saying it again. By increasing their price of their burrito base, I don't know, whatever, you get what I mean. But I understand what you're saying. Yours is a more reasonable argument. I just don't think that's what he's saying here. 30% is the government. Not government role, it's the company to decide, and the company's priorities are generally determined by its shareholders, and if its shareholders are more interested in prioritizing profit. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay. Then I think most people would classify that as corporate greed. Corporate greed is... No, I don't agree. I mean, maybe, but that's not what he's saying here. I don't take that at all. But you know what? I'll think about this afterwards. Maybe I am wrong about this, but I've read this enough times now that I'm getting more confident the more I read it. I'm like, I feel like I don't think he's saying anything. I understand your argument. I just don't think he's saying that. Then I think most people classify it as corporate greed. Maybe not most. Stuff in UK was literally twice as expensive. Yeah, that is crazy. Wait, stuff in the UK is twice as expensive. Oh yeah, okay, that is crazy. Ebby, that doesn't mean what you think it doesn't mean what you think it means. That is an exchange rate beneficial to the UK. We got some arguments in the chat. I didn't mean that. Retract that. Well, it is. I can't see it. It says message retracted. Oh, you mean as an Australian tourist to the UK? Yeah, I think that's what he means. Plus 50 cents per hour is probably a lot less than the 130% increase. Well, yeah, it would be like a what? Like if you're getting paid, I don't know what the minimum wage America. 725. So 0.5 out of what, 725? Yeah, it's only a 6% increase versus a 37% increase. Also, I don't think it's 180%. No, 137. I think it's literally just like a 37% pay rise is when I looked at it. But maybe it is 137. I just didn't understand what I was reading. It's also possible. A lot less than a 137% increase. Yeah. For instance, $20 to 20.5 per hour is a 2.5% increase for CEO getting 137%. Yeah, I understand that. But what I'm saying is that in terms of the costs of the... I mean, I'm sure you understand this. You're just trying to make a better argument, I guess, which makes sense. In terms of costs to the company, the CEO's pay rise is a smaller portion of that cost than increasing the wage of the employees is. That's clear. But I don't know. Corporate greed to me is clearly the idea that oh, Jesus, I summoned Siri. Corporate greed to me is clearly the idea that maximizing profit is the main priority, even if it's at the expense of your workers while simultaneously increasing executive pay. It's clearly the idea that maximizing profit is the main priority, even if it's at the expense of your workers while simultaneously increasing executive pay. Yeah, I would agree to that. That is corporate greed. Now, what he's saying here, let's read it again, all right? Maybe I'll change my mind this time. Let's see. So I agree with this. A good example of corporate greed would be maximizing profit being the main priority, even at the expense of the workers, whilst increasing executive pay. I agree with that. That makes sense. I think the key thing there is at the expense of the workers. So I guess what he's saying here is corporate greed is Chipotle increasing its profits. That's the first part. The idea that maximizing profits is the main priority. I guess we can't say if it's their priority or not here, but we can say they increase profits. Then they give their CEO 137% pay rise, okay, which would be the increasing executive pay part of your statement. And then we have and blaming the rising cost of a burrito on a minimum wage worker who got a 50-cent pay rise. So I don't think here, this isn't at the expense of workers. I don't think there's anything at the expense here. They're getting a pay rise. It's just smaller than the other percentage. And I think this statement is incorrect because I think it's a valid reason to blame the price of the burrito increasing because it's not just a 50% pay rise. It's like a, $50 million pay, or maybe even $100 million pay expenditure increase, right? Because you're increasing all of your workers' pay by 50 cents. So I think that's like the part where I disagree. I don't think it's analogous here, the corporate greed, because I don't think it's at the expense of the workers. And I also don't agree with this statement. I don't think it's true. So yeah, anyway. From Bernie's perspective, the money that the CEO already made prior to the raise was probably already more than enough. So even a 1% increase is ridiculous compared to the average workers. Yeah, I mean, I can agree with that. I just don't think that I don't think that makes the rise of the 50%. I don't think that makes the comparison between the CEO's pay rise and the employee's wage rise. I don't think you can compare them in that way to make the company be evil because they raised the CEO's price and now they're complaining about a 50-cent pay rise for workers. I just don't think you can make that comparison. Oh my God. I'm getting invested in this argument. I don't think I've done enough research, I guess. Plus, at a basic premise, why do they need profit to be 181%, say 161%, if it's better off? Plus, a basic premise, why do they need profit to be 181% versus, say, 161% if it's better off for their workers? I don't know. I have no idea if it's better, right? Like, for all, like, my understanding is also, it's separate to exactly what we're talking about here, but my understanding is that the CEO, again, didn't get a bigger salary. He just got a bigger money because his money is based on how much profit the company makes, right? Which in that case, you could say that rather than saying that they gave him a pay rise. Because I don't think it's necessarily a pay rise. I think it's literally just he got more money because the company made more money and he's getting paid based on the company making money. That's my understanding. But that aspect I'm not as confident in. I could be wrong about that. Kyle dip for this one, true. They're maximizing profits at the expense of employees. I guess you could read it like that. Let me think. Well, giving its CEO 137% rate pay rise. Could you say that it's at the expense of the employees? I don't know, because I think it's not immediately obvious that money that they could save by paying the CEO less, ignoring that it's like it's related to profits or whatever, just saying like, say that the salary of the CEO is increased by 37%. I don't think it's obvious to say that if that money wasn't given to the CEO, then obviously it should go to the workers, because there could be a million other places in the company that money could go, right? I don't think it necessarily has to go to the workers. So I wouldn't say that's necessarily at the expense of the employees, because that money could go elsewhere. So I don't agree with that. Because inflation is currently greater than 2.5%. I don't know anything about inflation, so I'll take your word for it. But don't you like need growth in capitalism to survive? I don't know. I don't know anything about capitalism. Do you need growth? I don't know. True, long live the USA. That's also true. We love the USA. So increasing its profits can never be superfluous. True. Which is why you guys right now should become YouTube members. Click that button or donate to me right now. You can send a super chat. But he's blaming a burrito increase on the pay rise. The company could have absorbed that, and their profits would have been maybe 150% versus 180%. He's blaming the burrito increase on the pay rise. The company could have absorbed that. I'm saying they couldn't absorb it. Even if they made the CEO's, even if they gave the CEO the exact same salary, they didn't give him any increase at all. It still would not absorb the rise, because the amount that they're costing because of the 50-cent pay rise far exceed, I don't know how far, but it definitely exceeds the money that they're spending on the CEO. So I don't think that's true at all. But then again, firstly, this is all based on like speculation of how many workers are actually getting that 50-cent pay rise. I could be completely wrong about that. But I feel like Bernie Sanders also probably hasn't done the in-depth research to figure that out. But maybe he has. Maybe he has workers who do that. But on my very limited analysis, it didn't seem that was the case. But all right, let's wrap this up, okay? My God, I've been here too long, 2016 minutes, but let's see. They could have blamed other factors and saved costs elsewhere. They blamed the employees. In my mind, it's at their expense. I don't know. I also don't, I'm just taking his word for it. If they did, like, I don't know what they said to blame their employees. I don't think it all comes back to like that hypothetical scenario I was talking about, which is that in my mind, which I could be wrong about, but in my mind, they have a quarterly earnings meeting or whatever, press conference, and they're not being like, oh my God, these workers, we had to pay them more or whatever, so we're going to raise the burrito. I think they're saying they're breaking down all the costs associated with the company, and they're saying that the 50-cent pay rise for our employees is a significant new cost. Now, maybe in that same conference, they did say that like, maybe they don't have good reasons for all the other costs, and they could have actually absorbed the pay rise by allocating those other costs to the employees. But I have no idea. I haven't looked at the quarterly conference. All I can say is that it is incredibly reasonable. You can think of a hypothetical scenario where they are giving a quarterly conference. They're breaking down all their sources of like cost or expenditure or whatever, and it could be very reasonable that a 50-cent pay rise could be a significant portion, and there is no way to compensate that based on the other revenue sources. I think that's a perfectly reasonable hypothetical which could happen. Now, I don't know if that actually happened or not because I wasn't there and I haven't even looked into it at all in terms of their whatever their quarterly conference, wherever they announce this. But I think it is pretty reasonable. You could say that if a company doesn't have to be greedy to increase their workers' pay by 50 cents and then complain about it by increasing the burrito or attributing the reason for their increase in burrito to that 50% pay rise. I think that's reasonable. All right. Like if costs are up, then why not also cut the CEO pay? I mean, I agree with you generally. I just don't agree with Bernie Sanders here, but I agree that would be good. In an ideal world, the CEOs probably shouldn't get paid. No, actually, I don't know if I stand by that, but maybe in an ideal world, the CEO probably should. There's probably a balance. There's a good balance you could probably make between paying the executives who are probably responsible for a larger portion of the profits of the company. They probably should get more, but maybe not. Like, there should be a balance because you also want your workers to be happy so they can like work towards making your company really good and stuff. I don't know. It's probably some balance here, like the Avatar. Okay, probably, but then should workers should also get an increase in pay given increased profits? A whole another can of worms. Yeah, true. Maybe, I don't know. This whole socialism thing, right? Which I don't know much about. Besides what the H3 podcast tells me. What a callback. Oh my god, guys, crazy. But CEO pay rise is equivalent to like 1% of profits. I don't know. Maybe we'll do a deep dive right next stream. We'll talk about Chipotle as a company. We'll break down their financials. It'll be great. We'll get ChatGPT to do it for us. Even if workers represented 100% of costs, which they wouldn't, that's roughly a 2.5% of profits. Okay, maybe numbers wise, maybe it makes more sense. I'll take your word for it. 1% CEO versus 2.5% workers, if my math is right. It could be. I'm not sure. All right, Mr. Shapiro. No, we hate Ben Shapiro. He is conservative, and he likes guns, and we don't like guns, and we like to progress society, so we're progressive. Either way, in my view... Okay, we're going to give your concluding remarks here. Okay, I'll let you summarize your thing, okay? Because I got to end this pretty soon. Either way, in my view, assuming $20 per hour, 50-cent increase, 2.5%, whilst increasing profits by 180%, is exploiting workers because inflation is greater than 2.5% at the moment. Okay, I think that's clear. I think I understand that, and I could agree that that is a form of greed. But again, I would say, I think it is purely this sentence. I just don't agree with it. But I don't know. We've rehashed this a few times. Maybe I will think about this more. Maybe I'll change it next stream. I guess we'll see. They're saving money on costs of workers because inflation leads to wage increase currently. That's contributing to their maximizing profits. They're saving money on costs of workers because inflation is greater than the wage increase currently. Okay, I understand. That makes sense. Okay, I'm done. Okay. Perfect. All right, well. That was fun. All right, thank you, Bernie Sanders, for this enlightening tweet from February of 2022. All right, we've hashed it out 2.5 years later. We have a politics video that we can close this H3 thing, which will absolutely not be a video on Ordinary Ari because I don't want to be mean to anyone. Okay, we love the H3 podcast. We love them all. This is cool and all, but what's your opinion on the Roxy P scene? Well, I can't talk about it because, I have to talk with Bacon and Kyle about it tomorrow, but I will say I don't remember it from the light novel, but I guess I do also kind of remember it from the light novel because it's like, she smelled a lot is like an important thing. Like she talked about smelling a lot. What did you think about it, Heath? I'd be interested. Actually, no, you know what? What do you think about Mushoku Tensei this season generally? I haven't heard anything from you. I don't see you commenting on our discussions. But I did check your mail the other day because I was going through my friends list and I think you like added, or one of us added each other as a friend on mail. And I was like, oh, what did you give Mushoku Tensei? And I saw you gave like a 7 or something. I don't know. Did you like Acolyte? Oh, thank God someone is here who has seen Acolyte. I titled the stream something about Acolyte, like, or maybe some Acolyte talk. And no one who had seen Acolyte was here, so I had nothing to say. But generally, I like it a lot. I think it's really cool. I think it feels very prequel-y, which is cool. Like there's a lot of Jedi, a lot of lightsabers. I like all that stuff. I like the mystery elements. Like I am intrigued. Like what's going on? What's this mystery? What's this sister's deal? Who's she working for? I find all that interesting. I think the floating Jedi guy who did some vow, that was really cool. I like that stuff. I love the main, the Squid Game actor, like the main Jedi guy. He's really cool. I like the fight he had. It was really sick. One of the best fights in Star Wars. Yeah, I think it's really cool. I like it. The only thing I'm not a fan of was the The directing was like okay, I guess. There was some really good things. There was one thing I tweeted out which was really weird to me, and it like stood out to me. It's like, how can this, like, what happened? It's this shot where it's like the lady's talking, or maybe the guy's talking, whatever, and he like zooms in for some reason. I'm like, what is this? And they did the same thing for another thing in the next episode, but yeah, like this. Sorry for the really blurriness, all right, but you get the point. Yeah, it's like it just like zooms in for some reason. Like, what's going on here? And it did that like twice. I was like, what the hell? But other than that, it was I thought it was really good. I liked it. I'm excited. We'll see. Okay. I did like Acolyte. I messaged you my thoughts. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I saw 10 messages. I just saw them then. I'll have a look. It's okay. I'm just waiting for this dungeon arc to actually ramp up now that Roxy has come back. Yeah, it's going to be, I guess we'll see. It's going to be interesting. But, okay, it's interesting. I have noticed that it has become less... I do think, like on Reddit, which is like my go-to thing to gauge people's interest, if you look at the weekly, like, what's your favorite episode or like that came out this week, and they do like a percentage thing of like who voted for what, Mishoka Tensei, not Blind Waved, Mishoka Tensei has fallen a bit. So I think the average opinion of the show probably has gone down quite a bit this season because there isn't as much, I wouldn't say, maybe it is the action, but also maybe just not as much intrigue as there was last season. I don't know where I would find this, but you get the point. Also, apparently this episode is like really long. So I saw that someone tweet that out about ReZero, the first episode. Kind of exciting. I hope it's a good season. Oh my god, what is this? ReZero has like a cast of characters that are like basically non-characters to me, but I'm sure they're actual characters. Like, I remember these people. They were like twin emperors or something, right? And they could like yell at people and do like crazy screams. Beatrice was a character. Rem, Jesus. Subaru is Amelia Garfield. I remember maybe it was like a character. All the others, I'm like, who the hell are these people? Like, what is what was her name? Felt or something? I don't remember. What the hell does she do? Reinhard, he doesn't even do anything yet. Maybe he'll eventually. Otto was a character. Felix I don't remember much about him. This lady, I guess this, you know what, I'm being too harsh. This lady was also an interesting character. Did she get a memory back? I don't remember. The coolest thing was the fact that she was like really standoffish and then she like became nice because she like forgot her memory or whatever. Or maybe it was the opposite. I don't know. I need to rewatch ReZero, okay? Purple guy, he was kind of a character too. I'm too harsh, okay? But you know what, ReZero, I think I gave it like an 8 or a 9, so we love it. It's that priest guy that showed up in Amelia's flashback. He was kind of interesting. Alright, well. Oh my god, the cloaked people. Oh god, I have to end this stream, okay? It's too long. 2 hours, 20 minutes. I still have to have dinner. I remember that shot looking weird. Hell yeah, good. I'm glad. It was weird. I found it more boring without action. Yeah, I guess it could end up being boring. I guess we'll see. So far, I've enjoyed these 2 episodes. I hope we get more Jedi stuff, like focus more on the, like there's been more like Jedi Force stuff in this than the other shows, I guess. Like there's been that guy who was floating. You've got a bunch of like really intense like Force fights where they're just relying on the Force. I don't know. Stuff like that. Goki isn't that good. Oh, Jesus. Let me have a look. Goki, I'm assuming is a ReZero character? No? I don't know. I don't know who Goki is, okay? I don't know much about ReZero, if that's what you're talking about. Oh, boring is Mushoku Tensei, not Acolyte. Okay. See, I would agree with you on Acolyte, maybe, because the focus of that show is more about the intrigue and the action. For Mushoku Tensei, I'd disagree, because I think I mean, it's hard. I guess I could also understand Mushoku Tensei. Yeah, I don't know. It is. Wait, what did you say specifically? I said boring without the action. Okay, I can understand that. I could definitely understand that. I don't agree because I've read the light novel or whatever, but I can definitely understand that. Anyway, crazy. That's the stream. Goki isn't that good. One day I'll find out who that is. Are you talking about Goku from Dragon Ball Z? Why do I always bring this up and it never works? What is the actual link? It's like so different. myanimelist.net/animelist/eliteari versus. Oh, it's literally the HTTPS. So this should work now, right? Oh my god, it's taking ages. Well, maybe not. Anyway, why did I bring this up? I was going to show my favorite characters. I think we did this last time, so I don't know why I'm bringing it up again. We got Okabe, Light Yagami. We got Griffith, you know, so relatable, but also not. Okay, I don't know, he's not relatable. Lelouch, Reagan, All Might, Goku. Not Goki, but Goku. Light, Norn Greyrat, and Utena Tenjo. Just read my Acolyte messages on stream, so then you don't have to reply. Oh my gosh, you're right. Alright guys, so from B. Ebby, these are his thoughts on Acolyte. Okay. So it was pretty interesting. Wait a minute. Yeah, pretty interesting. Lack of clones, but cool fight at the start. True, I did like the fight at the beginning of Acolyte. That was pretty cool. I like the main Jedi dude. That's true. I said that too. Oh my god. See how it goes. It's not near Andor for me. That's true. I'd say it's closer to Andor than it is to Ahsoka to me, but I guess we'll see. I prefer the dark and depressing Star Wars. True. I fear it could become bad quickly. That is true as well. But it's also cool that the whodunit was solved in 2 episodes. That is true. But I think there's probably going to be more to it. Should be fun though. Wookiee at the end was hilarious. It was true. Bunch of true stuff. In terms of quality and feel like a movie. Yeah, that's also what I was thinking about. Yeah. It feels more... To me, it feels a bit more... It's not nowhere near Andor, I don't think. But it is more... more serious-ish and more different from everything else in Star Wars than something like Ahsoka is, I think. It's a little bit closer to Andor than Ahsoka, but it is what it is. Anyway, that's it. End of this stream. Thank you for coming. See you. I don't know when. Probably today, Friday, whatever, will be the last day for a while. Because on the weekend, I'll probably be recording a bunch of stuff, hopefully. You know, maybe Black Lagoon, maybe, hopefully Jujutsu Kaisen, and certainly Mushoku Tensei. So, anyway. See you then.